Bomb de bomb bomb DB freaking de ba. Here we are.
Bada ching kaboom.
Yeah, what's up?
Bada bing,
friends?
bada boom.
Gosh, it's 9 o'clock at night and we have to live stream. If I didn't like Trump,
this
less.
was your idea.
Well, April, we have to do it for the people. Okay, listen, we have a job to do. We have to show up and let people know that they're not alone in the craziness. And so here we are on at 9 o'clock at night. You got your glasses on. You're ready for bed. I'm trying to pretend that I'm usually this dressed this late at night, but I'm not. I'm pretending. That's what I'm doing here. Yeah.
Why even pretend? I'm wearing sweatpants.
You're right.
A sweatshirt and my blue light glasses because my eyes get tired of the screens by this time of night.
Look, friends, a couple things. First off, welcome to the Tim and April show. We are broadcasting on both the New Evangelicals YouTube and on the Tim and April YouTube. So if you have not yet subscribed to not the TNA, okay, someone said it here, the TNA show. No, bad. We don't call it that.
I saw someone suggest we should call it the TAS show. Tim April show or Tim and April show. TAS.
I just feel like we're really flirting with danger there.
Listen, we could have gone the April and Tim show. Would have been A and T.
Yeah.
But we both agreed that the single syllable sounds better.
Yes. Well, someone messaged me and was like, why is it not the April and Tim show? And I said, we covered this on the first episode. And they said, well, I watched the first episode and you didn't. I go, no, it was one of the first things we said because we knew, and I understand why, but we knew people would be like, why is Tim first and not April? So you had to explain it to people. But anyway, we have the live feed of Congress up. We can see that the Supreme Court justices who are destroying our country are walking in, and we're waiting now, I think, for Trump to walk in at some point. But yes, friends, like we were saying earlier, if you have not yet subscribed to the Tim and April show on YouTube, please go to that channel and do that because April and I go live every Monday and Thursday, recapping what's in the news, helping you not feel so alone, and kind of giving you maybe the Christian Nationalist understanding of what's going on behind the scenes because, shocker alert, April and I grew up in that space, and we have a full episode unpacking our story. So, like I said, please do us a favor, go to that channel, make sure you subscribe. If you are new to either of these channels, the New Evangelicals or Tim and April show, do me a favor, give this video a like. It will help get it recommended to more people. I mean, maybe this is one of the few videos where we don't want that to happen. Like, actually, you know what? Don't tune into this. Don't listen to what's going to be an absolute cluster. But if you could give the video a like, that'd be awesome and so helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. And subscribe to the Tim and April show if you haven't. Yeah. And you can also listen to us on podcast. Yes. We are everywhere you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple. What are other podcast places? I know
Google
that
Play?
Oh.
Is there Google?
I don't know anybody that
something?
Listens. I'm sure there is a Google
iHeartRadio, I think, has a podcast.
And
thing.
Amazon has something. Anyway, I mainly listen to Spotify.
April, what do you think we're in for tonight?
Chaos?
I thought about playing a drinking game every time Trump lies drink, but we'd be drunk the first 30 seconds in.
I do have wine.
Oh, you do? I just have water.
Oh, get Jesus. Fix that up.
Yeah. I don't think I have any more wine. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad.
So here's my thing. It is late. If this dude starts rambling on for 2 hours, I'm not sticking around for the whole 2 hours.
I know. I had to do
point.
this. Look, everyone, I have my own shot. Okay, in case April pieces out, you have just me. Like I made this shot in case April decides to leave.
I literally told him, like, I'm not doing a 2 hour live of just listening to that man ramble. So maybe I'm sure he has a script. I would hope so. Do we think he's going to stick to that script?
No. You know what's interesting? I think I see Lauren Boebert. I see a lot of people in there. You know what's fascinating is it's really wild to see how much we've normalized lies. Like, we all know that politicians to a certain extent, will tell half truths. There's like a certain level of norm that we're just used to. You have to kind of read between the lines. Trump since he got elected in 2016, has lied prolifically. Like, it's almost impressive that this man lies all the time. We covered on the show, what was it, last week? He's still repeating the lie that we gave $100 million of condoms to Gaza. Like, he's still telling that lie, right? Even though Elon Musk said it's not true.
The original lie was 50 million. And then he upped that. He was like, no, the 50 million lie wasn't getting enough anger. Let's double that.
I hate it here.
We should just call it, for Trump, it's normal lies.
Nice. That's good. I like that.
Puts the lies and normalize.
But it's true. And so does Elon. Have you been following like all of the Doge news? That all these cuts in savings Doge claims have been fact-checked, and they're not saving any money at all. They're lying blatantly. They have no proof. Their receipts are literally just manufactured screenshots. And I didn't realize this because, again, I'm not a politician. Also, I'm not really a political pundit. But, like, the budget for USAID was approved by Congress. So the only way that those things get funded legally is if Congress stops the funding of those programs. It is actually illegal for an unelected maniac like Elon Musk to get access to those systems and just say, no, we're not paying them anymore, or we're defunding them. That's an illegal process. It actually takes the power out of Congress because they're the ones with the power of the purse. So this whole scenario, this whole thing of Elon Musk gutting our institutions is not only unethical and built on lies, built on literal lies, it's also illegal. And this is the party of law and order, apparently. And of Christianity. This is also the party of biblical values.
I know. I wish if I had thought about it earlier, I could have made us a bingo card. But I thought
didn't.
About it,
but there's why put that much time and effort into this?
He's gonna. I mean, yeah. What are his usual things? He's gonna bring up Sleepy Joe. Oh, he's gonna blame Biden.
For sure. Obama at some point. We're definitely getting
Obama.
Yeah,
for sure. He'll probably bring up Ukraine, I would imagine, because that's something that he is tweeting a lot. Oh, did you see, which we should talk about this Thursday.
Do we have to?
But he made a tweet that he was going to make it, or I think he did an executive order that basically was going to make it illegal for students to do, quote, illegal protests on college campuses. What does that mean? Like, he's literally taking away free speech. They've kicked out the Associated Press and some other new, like, reputable news organizations out of the press conferences, the Oval Office.
Yes.
And somehow a Russian media person got into the Oval Office with Zelensky, and they claim they don't know how that happened. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You don't know how that happened? With all of the security that you have around Trump, you don't know how a Russian reporter got in the meeting?
It turns out that the party of free speech actually used that language as a Trojan horse to suppress actual free speech.
Oh, look, Melania's here.
Yeah. I just said I'm not applauding for her. I refuse to do it.
I didn't. Well, it was a little blurry on my end.
Is it blurry?
Shocker. It's not now. It's cleared up. But at the moment, you said I'm not applauding for her. I literally couldn't tell who it was.
Friends, please make sure to like this stream. That would be so helpful. Give this video a like if we are holding space for you and you feel held by us. Show some love and give this video a like. I will say, me and April will do our best not to talk too much over Trump, but we're probably going to at certain points. So if you want to hear this thing without our commentary, go to a different stream because we're talking over this thing as Pete Hegseth walks in. I can't stand that man. Pete Hegseth.
I'm going to just be trying to communicate with facial expressions.
I'm going to try and keep it, I want to hear what he has to say. Oh, this cabinet is so bad. Pete Hegseth, Doug Will. Oh, look at Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio is the biggest sellout in the history of politics, arguably. Have you seen his early stuff? Like, we will never give the party over to a con man. And now here he is, the lapdog for the con man.
I remember when Marco Rubio made a joke about, what they say about men with small hands, and was talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I missed that, Marco.
Did you hear that?
I wish he'd come back. Huh?
Do you hear that little alert thing? Sorry, there's an alert going on.
I do not. I don't hear an alert thing.
Good. Oh, and there's RFK, the man who's helping to bring measles back to America. I love it. The man who really said in front of Congress during his hearing that black people and white people might need different vaccines. Like, wow. And this guy is in charge of our health.
Did you see he quoted that the measles outbreak in Texas was a call to action for them? Oh, maybe just keep the vaccines for all the children. Don't get rid of those.
This is what happens when anti-intellectualism wins. I mean, it's we really are in such a dark timeline that RFK, the anti-vax, the person who said if he can go back in a time machine, he would unvaccinate his own children. That man is in charge of public health in America. Can we just think about that for a second? Like, can we just think about how wild it is?
Thought about it a lot, and I've
sleep
lost
tonight.
sleep. I know.
You just said that.
Here's the thing: we have lived. The world has gone through worse times. Our own nation has gone through worse times. Doesn't mean we welcome bad times, but it's been worse. So, and we've survived those. We being collectively, not everyone. Trying to stay hopeful. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's like that meme where the house is on fire in the background,
everything's fine.
The dog at the table and the house is on fire. It's like, it's fine.
No,
everything's
that
fine.
is us. I mean, that's us 100%. We talk often about how Pete Hegseth is tied to Doug Wilson, a huge fan of Doug Wilson, a man who wrote in a book in 2001, alongside a white supremacist, by the way, that slavery, as it was in the South, was one of the greatest examples of racial harmony that the world has ever seen. Like, Doug Wilson wrote that. That guy down there, this dude, if you guys can't see my pointer right, I don't think. But that dude right there, Pete Hegseth, loves that man. Loves that man's writings. Goes to a church that is deeply influenced by Doug Wilson. This church that Pete Hegseth attends has a podcast called the Red Pill Reformation podcast that Pete Hegseth has been on. And we're sitting, and that man runs the military.
I have to say something that
say it, April.
Is literally just a gut feeling that I've had my entire life, and in my experience has never been wrong. But I also know it's a little bit shallow. So if someone out there styles their hair like this, no offense, but I have never trusted any man that has that sleeked, gelled, like straight back look that Pete Hegseth does, where it's just gelled all the way back. I've never had a good interaction with a man who styles their hair that way. And I'm sure there's good men out there that do their hair that way. But just as a woman who's interacted with guys that do that hairstyle, never been good.
I can prove that. In Mighty Ducks 2, the villain, the coach from Iceland, has his hair slicked back just like that. And he is the worst. So I agree. Yeah.
That's just anecdotal. I don't have any stats to prove that. That's just my gut.
Hey, Calvin. Hey, some of us, our hair is thinning. I don't know who, but some of us, and we're trying to cover up a little bit, all right? Have some respect for the cover-up game.
Right,
Just
but
saying.
even with the hair thinning, still not doing the sleeked back gel all the way.
Not yet, I'm not. I mean, they're not, whoever they are. Not yet. Maybe next show I'll just slick it all the way back like that and show up like, everything's normal.
No, I do like, Tim, stop it. Fix your hair.
Friends, if you're just joining the stream, please make sure to give it a like. We are the New Evangelicals, sponsored, or not sponsored, but I did that backwards. We're the Tim and April Show, and we are on the New Evangelicals Network. We're streaming both to the TNE YouTube account and to the Tim and April Show. So no matter where you're watching on YouTube, hello and welcome in. Please make sure to give this video a like. It really helps get it out there to the YouTube algorithm. We are here live on the Tim and April Show, Monday and Thursdays on YouTube, helping you feel a little more sane. We're covering a lot of these stories, and we're helping you understand how Christian nationalism is the most dangerous threat to America, and how, unfortunately, the faith that April and I come from is responsible for so much of it. So if you want a little bit of snark, a little bit of theology, some politics and culture all intermingled, join us Monday and Thursdays live. And of course, you can listen to this on podcast the day after, anywhere you get your podcasts, including Google Cast. If that's even the name of it? I'm not even sure, but Google Broadcast. So
yeah, and if you join us for a live and Tim can't find a video, you can hear an impromptu jingle by me.
Or one that we have programmed, like this one.
Weird Christian shit.
A new segment.
I do like that segment.
We also have this one. I wonder if
Trump... Oh, wait, which one? What's the other one?
I have this one from Trump.
We're going to bring prices way down.
Way down.
We always cover the cost of eggs.
I owe you the... Oh, it's a bit of joy.
You do. You absolutely do. Also, it's 9/11. We are late, and I want to get this thing over with. I know. So ticked. It's going to be just me here in a minute. Like,
what is he doing?
You're going to... Well, he's being him.
Can we be surprised, though, that Trump said it was going to give a speech at 9 and he lied about it?
Nope.
Least shocking thing of my life.
Brought to you by white Christians everywhere. Thanks, guys.
Oh.
You're really doing it. You're really loving your neighbor so well. You're doing the thing, bringing those good old biblical values back to America.
I so wish you watched White Lotus, because there was this scene this past Sunday that a lot of people are talking about, and a lot of conservatives are mad. I mean, the very small percentage of conservatives that watch White Lotus, I guess, because I don't know. Anyway, but there's this scene where 3 women are chatting, and they're like friends from like childhood, like they're old time friends. They got together for the first time in a while. One's from LA, one's from New York, one's from Texas. And at the table, one girl mentions how she goes to church and she doesn't really like New Age stuff. And the California's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you go to church. And in Texas, like, wow, is that... Anyway, they talk, and it comes out that the woman from Texas voted for Trump. And obviously the other 2 women didn't know this about her. And they're like, it was just the realest thing I've ever seen in a show. It was like, that is me everywhere. Like, any moment you find out that someone you like voted for Trump, it's like,
yes.
I don't know what to do with this information.
Can I tell you one of my favorite things going on right now? So a lot of conservatives, including Christian conservatives, are losing their mind that Andrew Tate is back in America under the Trump administration. And I'm like, guys, there is no difference between Andrew Tate and Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump on a hot mic brags about grabbing women, and you're surprised, or you're acting so ashamed and so flabbergasted that Andrew Tate, this terrible misogynist who hits women on camera, was welcomed back by the Trump administration. Like, you're really acting surprised? You're acting surprised at this? You're really, all of a sudden you found a red line, Andrew Tate's too far for you? Why? The whole world of right-wing Christian nationalism is full of people who espouse ideals very similar to Tate. Oh boy, is this it? Is this the big walk-in?
I hear applauding.
Oh, here he is. Okay, let's tune in. Let's get this over with, April. Friends, let me know how the audio is. Is it a good mix? The applause versus our mic. Should one be louder or lower? Let me know. Why are we applauding this man?
Because they're in a cult.
I want some booze. 90 minutes long? No, this can't be right.
Props to the women who are not even looking at him. I don't know who those...
Yeah, down here on the right.
Right there.
Yeah, that woman.
Crockett.
Okay,
and
props.
There's a woman in pink. Like, literally, some of them are just not even acknowledging that he is.
I mean, why would you applaud a rapist? Sorry. Why would you applaud someone who assaults women? Why would you applaud someone who cheats on his wife while she's pregnant? Why would you celebrate that? For all the family value conservatives out there, just would love to know why you think that it's okay to celebrate this man. I don't get it. There's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Could the letters on her hat be any bigger?
Anti-intellectual.
Her hat is getting bigger and bigger because the typescript's getting larger.
Yeah, it's the mark of the beast. There it is.
For all the people in the Republican Party who can't read small print, so she's
We were warned about people wearing marks on their forehead.
I mean, there's old people in the Democrat Party too, just to be fair.
That's true. Oh gosh, I'm so.
Nancy Mace.
Why would you let someone who assaults women kiss you? I can't believe that. Maybe we shouldn't be surprised though. I mean, the white church is full of predators, and it seems like most of those Christians don't really care. So, maybe it's just part and parcel.
Yeah.
Oh, the applause is so long.
And like the rumors that are going around DC is that a lot of Republicans don't actually like Trump behind the scenes.
I'm sure they don't, but they're gonna suck up to him. Remember it was leaked, Tucker Carlson after January 6th, he's like, Trump is a loser essentially, and like, this is crazy. It's all charades.
Oh my gosh, get up to the platform and talk already.
Look at Marco, you sellout, you stinking sellout. How does it feel, Marco, to sell your soul? You gained the world, but you lost your soul, buddy. Good job.
I don't think he sleeps well at night.
Maybe.
That's my take.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna be here forever.
Because the look of just uncomfortableness that he had on his face in that Oval Office meeting with Zelensky tells me that he has a little bit of a soul somewhere in there. Because he knew in that moment, it was all over his face. Like, this is not okay. But the problem is he's just squashing whatever little bit of soul he has left.
It's 9:16. Are we doing that? I can't do this whole thing. Are you kidding me? Friends, listen, April and I are bearing our cross for you. Can you please give this video a like? That's all I ask. I'm not asking for super chats. I'm not asking you to donate to the organization. Just hit the like button. Do us a favor, please. Hit the like button. It is 9:18 at night, and I am on camera, and not with my family.
Are we streaming at both the Tim and April and
yes,
the New Evangelicals channel?
Yes.
Well, if you haven't subscribed to Tim and April, do so, please.
Look at that. 35 likes, 306 likes. Thank you, friends. All right, here we go. USA, as the Dow Jones has tanked because of Trump's trade wars. Good job, USA. Gross. I have no respect for these men.
They're all sellouts. Yeah, zero respect.
Zero. Wasn't it J.D. Vance who called Trump a Nazi?
No, he called him America's Hitler.
You sellout. No moral fortitude.
Nope.
All right, I'm going to lower this a little bit. No moral fortitude. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Stop clapping. Get to the point.
Oh my gosh. Gross.
I hope Democrats boo.
Me too. They should. I want to see a backbone from Democrats tonight.
Yeah.
I want to see someone yell, "You're a liar." Remember when a Republican did that to Obama years ago? I want to see that kind of energy.
Yeah, we need it. I mean, if there was ever a time where it was deserved.
Thanks for the super chat, John.
Man.
All super chats support the work that we're doing, including being up this late for you. Oh, I can't stand him. He's a prideful, arrogant, narcissistic megalomaniac. Embodies none of the fruits of the spirit, and white Christians are like, God chose him. Yep, that's our guy. God appointed him. Theologically bankrupt. Bankrupt. Oh my God. $300 super chat?
Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance.
Thank you, Brandon.
The First Lady of the United States.
Thank you for these super chats, guys. That's so nice of you. I'm kind of blown away.
Melania's like, this is my one time to show up in public for the next 2 months. Per my
contract. Get me the hell out of here.
With Donald.
Yeah, yes, with the Donald.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
The Dow Jones is tanking.
America is back to the 1920s.
Eggs are at an all-time high. Gas is high.
Great Depression era.
I golf for 28% of the time I've been in office. But guess what, America? There's only 2 genders.
Is this a political rally? What is this?
What a joke.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
What a joke.
Only if you define accomplished by utterly destroyed.
Yeah.
Started a whole trade war.
Right. Yeah. Say it. We've defunded humanitarian aid. Kids might literally starve to death. There's food in the warehouse that we can't ship out now because of Elon Musk. We're so back, baby.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
You know, people are terrified because you've taken away Medicare, Medicaid, their health care.
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again.
Hopefully.
Never been anything like
He's
it.
so full of himself.
So far, nothing. Propaganda.
The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades.
It's not true.
We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Hey, friends, really quick, I just want to say all these super chats that are coming in are for so much money. I am like blown away. So I just want to say thank you sincerely. All the money goes to making this work possible. It goes to the organization. So thank you. Just want to say thank you.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Not big numbers.
Boo it. Boo it. I love the boos. Boo this man every single time. This man's a charlatan. There's nothing American about defunding schools, about defunding Medicaid. That's not American. It's authoritarianism.
He won the popular vote by 2 million votes. He didn't even reach 50%.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525. On a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
This guy's so full of shit. God, he burns me up.
Now, for the first time in
who's this guy?
history,
Someone's protesting.
More Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
No, he has one of the lowest approval ratings this soon after his election. He's just a propagandist, and all these people are eating it up.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Mr. President.
A 41-point jump.
Something's going on. This man's protesting. Is he on the left, April?
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
From the guy who helped storm the Capitol building. Give me a break. You freed the January 6th insurrectionists.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum.
Good.
And the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
This man is a hero. Who is he, April? Who's this guy?
I don't know. It's blurry.
Someone give me a name. You get blurry. Who is this guy?
In the chat said Al Green. Is that Al Green?
Is this Al Green? We need a fact check.
Tell. They won't cut. The camera will cut them.
Yes to Al Green.
Mr. Green, take your seat.
That is Al Green.
Take your seat, sir.
No, protest it.
Take your seat.
Protest it.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, Republicans are acting like this is like a WWE match.
Of course. This is all they care about.
I miss when politics was boring. This is so stupid.
Props to Al Green.
Trump, yeah.
That's a hero. It's a freaking
hero. Stand up to fascists.
Absolutely.
Trump's approval rating is between 45 and 51%, according to various polls.
It's pretty bad. He's 40 days in office? Goodbye, Al Green. You're a hero. You are a freaking hero. Peaceful protest.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House.
I hope a Democrat does that every 5 minutes so that Trump just can't talk.
I agree.
For the past 6 weeks,
I love that.
I have
Who's
signed
next?
nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than
Insane
400 executive actions, a record
Yeah,
to
sounds
restore
pretty
common
authoritarian.
sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
What a joke. So he's an authoritarian. He just submitted to a record amount of executive orders, many of which are unconstitutional. Like when he tried to erase birthright citizenship. What a joke. This whole party's such a fraud. Their people stormed the Capitol building.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation.
What a liar.
By many.
Such a liar. This man freed the January 6th insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol building.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country.
So stupid.
And what a job they've done.
And he arrested my neighbor for no reason.
Illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
And he deported, or is trying to deport my neighbor. The mother's in a detention center right now because of ICE raids. Law-abiding citizen.
Green card, yeah.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history.
Wow.
There were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month. And virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress.
April, I can't
and
do
once
this.
again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy, or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do.
You could act like a frickin' president.
I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a
do
disease
it then.
that
You
would
cut
wipe
medical
out
research.
entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history,
The
or
Dow
the
plunged
stoppage of
today.
crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what.
It's projection.
5 times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
Also, where is the unity? Like, he came in swinging and demonizing every single Democrat in his inauguration speech.
Musk, look at these signs. I love this. Musk steals, save Medicaid. Exactly. Exactly. You brought an oligarch into the government.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
We don't bow to tyrants.
There are no wins. What wins?
No wins. He's a tyrant. We don't bow to tyrants or people who post pictures of themselves as king. What is he talking about?
People in America
You megalomaniac.
They're terrified.
Every day my
Unless you are
administration is fighting to deliver the
I'm talking a lot of
change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Oh my God. That doesn't make America great.
Imagine applauding not saving starving children overseas.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars.
Climate change is real.
That other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization.
We're like the only country in the world, I think besides like North Korea, not to be a part of that.
And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
I'm mortified.
Human rights. Yeah, because he wants to commit human rights violations.
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic
What does Elon Musk say about that?
So stupid.
What does Elon
And they're
Musk
clapping
say about that?
like monkeys. They're clapping like little monkeys. Oh, yay, yay, yes, no electric vehicles. What?
To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term.
Yeah.
He's literally coming in and just whacking things, has no idea what these things do.
Deregulate the billionaire class. That's what this is all about. That's why Musk is in there.
In that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
That's stupid.
Authoritarian dictator, this man is.
Regulations
this is fascism.
save lives. Regulations were put into place because without them, people were dying or people were getting sick.
Great.
And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out?
Oh, my goodness. You're a convicted felon, Trump. Law and order, right? No one's above the law. Oh my gosh. I don't want to dehumanize, but I'm like so close.
All right, we need our second Democrat now.
We do.
And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
Liar.
He literally just said protests are illegal on college campuses. He's literally lying through his teeth.
He's a liar.
And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
We can't get affordable health care. We have to cut Medicaid, but thank God, English is officially our official language.
Theatric. That does nothing. That's just for the base.
I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
The stupidest thing in the world.
We're so back, April. America's great again. Didn't you hear it?
Use a trans person's new pronouns.
And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
Imagine bragging at these accomplishments and people applauding you like
Alaska.
We're doing it. We're saving America.
None of this lowers the price
We've
of
ended
eggs.
the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
This is... Oh my gosh.
And our country will be woke no longer.
Oh, good. Great. Can't get affordable wages, no paid family leave, no affordable health care, no access to affordable education.
That whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller,
that you fired.
You should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender.
Unless you're Pete Hegseth or RFK.
It's already based on skill and competence. BEI just widens the pool, so you're not just looking for white dudes.
Linda McMahon, president of WWE, is qualified to be Department of Education Secretary.
And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Delusion.
Thank you.
A sport he's back.
We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
These are literally just culture war issues that do nothing to help Americans.
Also, intersex people exist.
Yes. It's not only anti-intellectual, it's not helping anyone. No one's being helped by this.
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Says the rapist. But I brought Andrew Tate back to America.
Like, all of these are just, these issues affect such a small percentage.
Is it dehumanizing to say that they're imbeciles?
3 years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side, and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Anecdotal. Oh my gosh. You know who hits women? Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate hits women.
This CRT thing. CRT is not taught in grade school. It's a college level course that teaches you how to look at history through the lens of racism that absolutely exists.
Draw dog whistles, April, to make America white and protect the billionaire class.
What they're doing is painting anything that talks about racism or how
America
America
want to see numbers,
has been racist.
Just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
I'm Googling it right now.
Wow. First off, I don't trust a liar. So whatever he just said, I don't believe him. And I'm sure there's some other kind of context.
Okay, transgender cyclist wins women's race by nearly 5 minutes. Not 5 hours. Oh my gosh. I just fact-checked that so quick.
Oh, shoot. Go back. Sorry, guys.
And that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen.
I can't get over that. That's got to be a clip, April. We got to pull that.
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration
a great economy,
an economic catastrophe.
That's not even true.
And an inflation nightmare.
That's not true. He brought inflation down.
Their
you raised it.
policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it.
Eggs are higher than ever.
The worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
But you're not. You're too busy talking about trans people.
Cutting everything that would help people. Like
imagine applauding blatant delusion.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control.
Oh, why would you bring that up right now?
Out of control.
Because he's trolling them.
And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration.
They're way higher in the last few weeks since Trump's taken over.
We cover this every day. They're at over $8 on average.
A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now.
right
Friends,
now.
thank you so much for the super chats, by the way. They really help out so much. We've gotten so many. It means the world. It makes all of this tolerable.
And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency.
I love this comment.
As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
We've been drilling more than ever. Everything he's saying is built on lies. It's built on lies and half-truth and propaganda. This is how authoritarianism and fascism works. It's not based on truth.
The trade war.
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
There is nothing of substance here. And he's basically eat this up.
Just repeating talking points and lying.
MAGA is the epitome of they've traded the truth for a lie.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but we'll be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, my God.
Dude. Embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to be an American tonight. This is our leader.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency.
Absolutely.
Doge.
Yeah, built on...
Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Is Elon here? They're all looking at Elon. Tell me. No. Screw you, Elon.
Headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
What a joke.
Did
what
you know
a
he
freaking
had
joke.
He had a 14th baby announced in the last week.
A joke.
And the 13th one by Ashley St. Clair, he won't answer her calls and is ghosting her. And then another mom, can't get a hold of him.
Elon.
And
He's working very hard. He didn't need
this.
He didn't need this.
Elon's pulling off the most impressive con in human history.
Even this side appreciates it, I believe.
No, they don't. Get out of here, dude. You gave a Nazi
They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified.
Please cite the Gaza
$22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens.
It's not true.
$45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
Yes, they do.
There are people that know what that is.
$8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
Wow.
$60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
What is he talking about?
This is real.
Okay.
$32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
And racist. So
a $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring.
He is a vile
$1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City.
That's been debunked.
He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia.
Wow. Oh, that's a terrible
doing
initiative.
Very well with learning. You know what we're doing.
He's trying to be a stand-up comedian right now.
$101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. The most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams. And they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad.
Okay.
Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people.
Yeah, one of them goes by the name Big Balls.
Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to lower it for a second. Couple things on this. Number one, that's not hundreds of billions of dollars in fraud. Number two, it's not fraud. It's money appropriated by Congress to spend. Number three, if you tally up all the numbers that he just gave, it still doesn't even touch Elon Musk's contracts with the government. You're being sold a freaking lie.
Fight inflation and other things.
Freaking liar.
We back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning.
Heckle the hell out of this man.
The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109
this
years
is
old.
Debunked. It's so debunked. There's a whole video on how this happens. It's not what you think.
It lists
you liar.
3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not
He's
quite
so
that
full
elderly.
of shit, April. He's so full
I
of
miss
it.
when I didn't have to
3.47
listen
million
to him.
people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139.
He's lying out of his
making
ass.
stuff
3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid
He's a liar.
to many of them.
I hear some people yelling.
And we're
Me too.
searching right now.
They should be
Jack,
storming
Pam,
this thing.
Good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does, and it really
No
hurts.
talk about billionaires. Interesting,
Social
huh?
Security
No talk
and
about
hurts our
Elon.
country. 1.3 million
do
people
tax
from
cuts
ages
for the billionaires.
150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old.
Damn lie.
We have a healthier country than I thought,
liar.
Bobby.
He's a brazen liar. This whole party believes lies. Blatant lies. Fact-checkable, objective data points.
Check him either.
Like, objective, we can verify this man is freaking lying. And white Christians are the biggest supporter of this liar.
To finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249. And one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates
Disgusting.
took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance.
With what? With your billionaire tax cuts? With your billionaire tax cuts? By ripping out Medicaid and Social Security? Tax the rich, but you won't. Greedy man. Greedy man. Woe to you, rich business owners who exploit your workers. That's
and
James 5.
And you can Google
With
the
that goal in
social
mind, we have
security
developed
stuff.
in great
What he's saying
detail
is not
what we are calling
true.
the gold card, which goes on sale very, very soon.
I hate this.
For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one at the top school, as an example, being forced out
and worst speech
not
in
being
American
allowed
history.
to stay and
Is
create
this a
tremendous
speech or an
numbers
old
of jobs
man's
and great
rambling?
success for a company out there. So
good
while we
question.
take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators,
You just welcomed
who are
Andrew Tate
allowed
back to the country.
enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to
You
destroy
liar.
our country. We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money.
You know, if you support
Think of
Trump,
all
just...
the-
Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say, think of the thousands and thousands of people that Elon Musk has fired
Yep.
illegally. He does not, like, without any power from Congress.
Americans
Yep.
have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed
It has
our
not.
freedoms, ballooned
That's
our
not true.
deficits, and held back America's
true.
potential in every possible way.
Liar.
The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should
regulations
take
save
10 days to get
lives.
instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have
is
hundreds
such a
of
liar.
thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work.
That's not
My
true.
administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy
I need a
to
freaking
America
spine from
again.
Democrats. I need a freaking spine. I need to see a serious, all-out frontal verbal assault on this rhetoric. Like, start funding ecosystems, fund new media. You need to get to freaking work.
And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple.
You are the
literally-
And
swamp.
the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
He's a joke. He's a total hypocrite joke.
Elon Musk is unelected. Elon Musk is acting as a bureaucrat currently, right now. The way that they keep, it's projection. The thing that they're condemning is exactly what they are doing.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there.
Liar.
They're waiting for
They're
you
not
to vote.
in there.
And I'm sure
They're
that
gonna
the
be cut.
people on my right,
Tax cuts for the
I don't mean
billionaires.
the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that.
He's a narcissist.
But I know this group is going to be
He's
voting
a
for
liar.
the tax.
He has a Messiah-like complex, and there's his little followers. There's his cult little followers right there, sycophants, and most of them claim to be Christians. Most of them claim to be Bible-believing Christians. A shame.
Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Instead of that, why don't you raise the minimum wage for for tip workers up from $2 an hour?
We need livable wages.
Livable wages. Tax your billionaires and pay for it. It's very easy.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America. And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it?
No, it's
that,
not.
along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
It's just enraging. I'm enraged that Christians support this man so much. That's what really gets me the most. My own tradition kicked me out because I couldn't endorse this megalomaniac.
And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country.
Thank you for the super chat for our mental health fund.
In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term.
Did not end well. COVID tanked our economy, and Trump was president when that happened.
If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea. But that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day.
Oh
that's
gosh,
that's not
so
just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth.
Whatever Did you see the clip the other day where someone said that Americans will pay the tariffs? And he said, no, I think it's the other country.
If they do non-monetary tariffs,
he's playing games that he doesn't have to keep us
out of their market. Then we will do non-monetary
Americans will pay the price for the games he's playing with this trade war.
There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China, and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
He just lies. I think objectively he lies more than he tells the truth. Like he only knows how to lie about everything. And again, these Republicans
much has been said.
Eat it up.
over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada. But we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Unreal.
They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer.
Can he just shut up? I'm over it.
April, how much longer do you got in you?
Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won.
He likes to hear himself talk.
He just thinks he's like these cheap shots. They're sore winners and sore losers. When they lose, they storm capitals.
Called me. He said,
or Capitol buildings. When they win,
enough, it's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China.
You know,
and just yesterday, Taiwan semiconductor.
You know, April, when you and I talk a lot about like Christian nationalism and how it's inherently anti-democratic, this is a great example of what we're talking about, right? Like Trump doesn't want to work together. The people behind Trump don't want to work with Democrats. They don't want to try and find the common ground. They're here to take over. They will utilize lies. They will utilize propaganda. They will utilize any kind of tactic that they can to get the power they want. Then they will start gutting the checks and balances that that are in the government to maintain and take over the government. This is why Elon Musk is going through and gutting.
What he's saying to Democrats about they won't work with them. They won't like compromise, or like he's literally just saying what MAGA is doing.
That's exactly right. Like we said earlier, Congress is the purse. So they have they're the ones who legally authorize who spends what. The money that Doge is eradicating with like USAID and other things is money already appropriated by Congress to spend. So there's nothing here about law and order, but when they're not in power, then they're going to chant law and order. But when they get power, it's not about law and order, it's about power and control. This whole thing for Trump and his people and the background behind it leads to more power and control.
All right. How many times have they stood up?
A lot.
They're like in Catholic Church.
Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer.
False.
Who will now be selling.
There are farmers right now losing their farms
because nobody is going to be able to compete with you.
Yep.
Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers starting on April 2nd. It may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases. And we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. Our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our
You're the president.
Yeah, it's your economy now, buddy. You're in charge.
I love you too.
Melanie says, I'm a farmer. Tariffs will kill us.
Zero unity in this.
No, of course.
He never takes accountability for anything.
Nope.
And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country.
I genuinely don't think he understands how tariffs
work. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raised 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children.
I'm like numb to the stupidity.
Has he mentioned Christianity at all yet?
Not yet.
Unless he did it the 10 seconds you muted him.
Thank you, Jeff.
But yeah, he hasn't. Which was
watch that palm, buddy. Watch that palm.
Christians that were like, "Oh, love Jesus. Trump's God's chosen. He's a good Christian. We're voting for him."
Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country.
Incorrect.
Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's
no
happening.
other presidents talked about how
quickly.
tariffs make you American.
A little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much.
No, we're not.
And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much.
We could go lower. In fact, narrator said.
The bottom has yet to be.
The bottom keeps getting lower.
A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
How much longer you got, Bucko? Get this shit over with.
He's like, okay, smile.
Yeah, right. It's my turn again? I'm here.
I have to do this 2 more times in my contract, and then I can go home and not see Trump for another 2 months.
Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce.
Okay.
Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John.
This is literally just like a excuse for him to go in there and have everyone just toot his own horn.
What'd I miss?
Applause for me. Applause for me. Oh, Trump's just wanting people
Thank
to
you.
clap for him.
And
they
you
are,
to John
because
Thune
they're in a
and
freaking cult.
Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is a terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself.
Thank you. No one applauded.
Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody.
Oh, my gosh.
That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities.
I wish someone brought a sign into the chamber and just held it up while Trump talked.
Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies. They're now strongly embedded in our country. But we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
This is crazy. Undocumented immigrants are half as likely to commit crimes as their native-born counterparts. And you just brought Andrew Tate back to America, a man who beats women on camera, who is accused of trafficking them.
I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol.
You clown.
I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement.
He's a freaking clown.
I'm the best. Clap for me.
He is the epitome
last year
of a clown.
All of his little minions. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy.
Right. Daddy Trump. Daddy's home.
A 22-year-old nursing student named Lakin Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody.
They have politicized
went out for a jog
story.
on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Lakin was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and
who is he telling this to?
murdered.
He won. Why is he
Lakin
campaigning?
And the family asked not to politicize what happened to Lakin. And you can tell how much Trump cares about that as he politicizes it.
Across Biden's open southern border,
it's not
and
true.
then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Lakin's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Oh, shoot, they showed up.
Oh.
I feel so bad for that family, to be very clear. Like, they lost a daughter. You know, it truly is a tragic, horrible story. No doubt about it. No doubt. It's a shame to watch them use as propaganda to demonize an entire people group.
Last year, I told Lakin's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's
what
why
accent does
the
Trump
very first
have?
bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act.
You know, there are white men who do despicable things to women, and there's no plan to limit how white men work, operate through the U.S., right?
Maybe there should be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how stupid this is.
But then those same people would be like,
not
all men.
The
Exactly.
Riley Act.
Exactly.
So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Lakin Hope Riley.
He does not care about Lakin Riley.
No, he doesn't care about anybody except for himself.
He's using this mother's grief to play on this idea of, therefore, all immigrants are criminals. It's so disgusting and despicable.
I wonder if I can say what he's going to say.
Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history. And we quickly achieved the lowest number of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
Probably delayed. But in my head, I was pretty on.
Oh no, you were like half a second delayed. Like,
man.
Friends, how you doing? Let's do a quick vibe check. You guys all right? You hanging in there? I know it's late. We're here for you. Give this video a like. We're trying to hang in. Thank you for all the super chats. All right, back to this man speaking.
Someone asked if I had a gummy. No, I did not. I am drinking a little bit of wine.
But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
But my brain is shutting down because Trump is stupid. All of those people in that room, wrong side of history.
100%.
Wrong side of history.
100%.
Your grandchildren will be ashamed of you. And that does
disgusting.
Make me feel better.
Thank you. Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed.
I need a song that's
now,
like,
just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America.
Friends, if you want to hear him speak without us talking over him, you're on the wrong stream.
Yeah.
But there's still much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungary from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious
got attacked
Jocelyn,
by a trans woman from the border.
Walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela.
Monsters? I mean, yeah, that is monsters. But like the way he's demonizing all immigrants.
This is how it works. You pick up
do that with any group of people.
Any group. Like
all
pastors.
Groups of people have bad people in them that do bad things.
Do you know how many stories we can tell about pastors molesting children?
That we
you know how many we can tell?
Remember your daughter, your magnificent
right, but it's
daughter.
Never not all pastors.
Tonight,
For that,
I signed
an
order
bad apples.
keeping my word to you.
It's just a way to
dehumanize an entire
people group.
Is that she loved animals so much, she loved nature.
Someone in the chat said
Galveston
that my
Bay,
like,
from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you'll find a magnificent national wildlife refuge.
Because he's a liar.
A pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America.
Gulf of Mexico.
Moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge.
Because you're stupid.
In loving memory of your
It is fascinating that Trump
Jocelyn.
is someone who was found liable of sexual
Mr.
assault.
Vice President, if
he's
you would,
a bigger threat.
may I have the
He's
order?
a walking threat to
what
women.
Is he doing?
He's signing some kind of crazy order. It's just virtue. It's literally virtue signaling.
What is
it
his
means
order?
absolutely nothing.
I declare Donald Trump best president in the history of America and the world and Mars.
Imagine accusing immigrants, all of them, of being a bunch of rapists from the mouth of a rapist.
Why did he even call this? I was Googling it. This is not an official State of the Union, and it's most presidents don't give a speech right after they were inaugurated. They wait till the next year.
All 3 savages charged with
I thought he was going to announce something.
Murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
How about Andrew Tate? You brought back a human trafficker to America. Like, it's obvious that you're just racist. You just are using this to denigrate people who are not white.
Right.
You racist man. You racist, xenophobic man. And you're using the death of these people to justify it.
In the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
How much longer, dude? Is this really 90 minutes?
I would rather have my cat be president.
Like, I don't want to kill the stream if people are really going to watch this whole thing until 10:45 at night. But my gosh, like, do we have to sit through this whole thing? It's ridiculous.
Surely he's going to be done soon. But actually, probably not. Sometimes he'll rant for like hours.
Let's do this, April. Let's give this thing 10 minutes, then we'll do a vibe check.
Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande, near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage.
Also, can we just talk about the vocabulary that Trump uses?
The line of fire that you took,
he used
and for the bravery that you showed, we honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much.
Nobody's ever seen. Greatest in the world.
Friends, thank you so much for the super chats. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe on the Tim and April Show or New Evangelical Show. We live stream on Tim and April every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you, Roberto.
And cover more of this stuff, so don't miss out. Thank you for being here.
And
give this stream a
like. I
like.
got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and
oh my gosh,
exercise
move on,
total
bro.
control.
We've heard you. You've made your point. You've made your exaggerated false point. Move on.
The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels. Which
billionaires are waging war on the everyday worker in America. Talk about the billionaires. Talk about the billionaires who are sucking up wealth from the working class and putting them into more and more debt. Talk about the predatory loan systems. Talk about something that freaking matters.
Because of our tariff policies being imposed on them. Think of this. Handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever.
Thanks for the super chat, James. Appreciate it.
But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much.
There's so much.
And
be done.
Get it to me. I'll sign it so fast.
Nothing of substance has been talked about.
Move on.
Nothing of substance for the American people that actually benefits them has been talked about.
Nothing new, other than that weird thing he signed as some showmanship, because he's all about theatrics.
Medical debt is still through the roof.
And as we reclaim our sovereignty,
except billionaires.
We must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns.
That's rich.
Criminal.
That is rich, you convicted felon.
Convicted criminal.
That is rich. Elon Musk doing illegal things.
Law and order?
Our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics.
Law and order. Rules for thee and
many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me.
No, you're a freaking criminal.
Acted swiftly and
you tried to overthrow the election.
To restore fair, equal, and impartial justice.
Started a trade war for no reason, buddying up to
starting at the FBI and the
I can't do it, April. I'm going to throw up. I'm just going to vomit everywhere.
Cash, wherever you may be, good luck.
Far away.
Good luck.
We're delusional.
Good luck. So important.
I think I've lost brain cells listening to him talk.
Thank you.
He's such
Thank
you.
you.
Cash Patel is the biggest freaking liar. Oh my God. It's so bad that he's in charge of the FBI. It's so bad.
This is a bigger circle jerk than the Elon Musk Hannity Trump interview.
They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job.
I did, and I stand by that.
We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a
like the
hard,
January 6th police officers who your people beat
the bad guys don't respect
and that you
the law,
freed.
They're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them.
What is he talking about? Is he giving an acceptance
speech?
They
voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice.
I'd like to think.
April,
oh my God.
Can I ask you an honest question?
He's so annoying. Like, April, outside of him being a dictator and evil and all of the things, he's just annoying.
1 year ago
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are we dead?
New York
Are we dead and in hell?
Jonathan Diller, unbelievable.
Did we die?
Hell,
wonderful
that would
person
make the
and
most
a great
sense.
officer. Was gunned down
have
at
you
a
seen the
traffic
reports?
stop on Long Island.
Now,
I went
at
to
least 2, maybe 3 ex-KGB people have come out and said, and one of them was like a while ago, but said that Trump was
the thug in the seat next to him
recruited into like as a Russian asset, like back in the 70s. Now listen, this conspiracy's been going around for a long time, and when he ran in 2016, I thought that's stupid. There's no way. But honestly, that would make more sense than just about anything.
His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight.
I'm too tired to even fight back, so I'm just gonna say, hell yeah, that makes sense.
Like literally, like there was some reputable news source. It might have been The Guardian that did an article on it. Now they said obviously there's literally no evidence for it. There's no paper trail, but ex-KGB people have claimed this. That part is true.
You know what? We have to go QAnon at some point. Let's go with that.
Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero.
The longer we get deeper into this, the more I start sounding like a conspiracy theorist.
Killers and repeat offenders off our streets, so we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats.
What?
Oh my gosh.
We got to get him out of here.
Is he talking about the January 6th insurrectionists?
Order requiring
a mandatory
death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Friends, can I ask you for a favor? As April and I are suffering, can you give this video a like? We're so close to 600 likes. We're bearing our cross as hard as we can for all of you at 10:30 at night. Hook us up, hit the like button. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And go subscribe to the Tim and April
crime
show.
Bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed.
We live in the stupidest
Who's
timeline.
Yelling? Yell at him.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. Do you remember Zip Pie Guy
from the insurrection? Teacher went to youth group with him in Georgia.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah. Do you remember Jenna Ryan, who was the real character?
What are they parading a 13-year-old around? What's going on?
What? Oh, Texas flag.
He's 13.
I'm also ashamed to be from Texas. Can I just say? Oh. He's going to deconstruct in like 10 years and be like, hey, this was me.
Right.
Here's why
find us.
Here's why I'm progressive.
The new evangelicals.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Oh.
The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Oh, good. I love that. Okay, that's a good story. We can applaud that. He had brain cancer. He's alive.
How is Trump going to take credit for this, though?
Let's just roll with this. I'm so happy this kid's alive.
That the kid is alive.
Look at that dad, too. I'd be a wreck, man. I'd be a wreck. I'd be an absolute wreck.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Am I missing something at age 13?
I don't. Honorary. I mean, obviously, he's not going to be in this.
Is there a context here that I'm missing?
Let's talk about theatrics, okay? This is Trump being like, look what I'm doing for this nice kid who had cancer. While his administration cut cancer research. More children will die from cancer because of Trump's cuts to funding that needs to happen. But that's not going to matter because he's doing this showmanship thing, which is cute. Like, I'm happy for this kid.
Totally.
But you need to pay attention to what people do versus what people say. And because no one in MAGA ever fact checks Trump, they just take his word as God. They're going to be like, oh no, Trump loves kids with cancer. He knows. Look, he made one a Secret Service agent, which
likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger.
Which regulations stop those chemical things from happening? That you're also cutting.
Increased by more than 40%.
That's right, April.
Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, what a joke. So you want to deregulate the government where more chemicals can get into our water supply, and you hired someone who thinks that vaccines are bad for you to help kids. And you cut cancer research. Okay. Miss me. You freaking liars.
Can he be done already? What is this?
We have 1 minute till we have to reevaluate.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget.
He's a sexual abuser as well.
Our goal is to get toxins out of our
people don't like
environment,
to cheer for rapists.
Poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong.
How?
As an example,
How?
Not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism. 1 in 10,000.
Oh, here we go. Here's where it gets
and
wacky.
now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong. 1 in 36. Think of that.
It's probably
so we're going to find out what
research
it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with
Bobby,
you.
the man who thinks that vaccines cause autism.
Figure out
which has
going on.
been debunked.
Okay, Bobby, good luck.
Totally.
It's a very important job. Thank you.
What a joke. What a freaking joke. You literally mock children.
Which is worse? Trump and RFK saying it.
Thank you.
That
my administration is also working to protect our
Greg
children
Locke
from
saying
toxic
it's caused
ideologies in our schools.
Toss up.
A few years ago, January, Little John and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old.
Oh my God, you are kidding me with this
shit.
shit.
Administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband
that is not
while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns.
Oh my gosh.
They, them pronoun, actually.
I hate it here so much, April.
Who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you.
More people are likely to regret their tattoos than they are to regret transitioning.
Yes. You know how many kids are even trans? So few. So few. More. You want to solve. You want to protect kids?
Stories
lock
like
up the guns. Get gun
shortly
regulation
after
taken care of.
I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology.
It's not an ideology. Oh my God.
Trans people exist. Trans rights are human rights.
Absolutely.
There's been
not even a question.
I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
It's not happening. It's not freaking happening.
And now
kids are going to die because of
this.
Pass
a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped.
Children are not getting sex changes.
This is so
Children
stupid.
go on puberty blockers.
So stupid.
Until they hit puberty, and then they get on hormone treatment.
And our message
to
every child in America is that you are
all
perfect
reversible.
Exactly the way God made you.
This is that. Oh, that's some propaganda right there. There's some evangelical propaganda.
His first mention of God is to be weaponized against one of the most vulnerable groups of people in our nation.
Because we're getting
celebrate the rapists
out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone.
Okay.
It's gone.
And
we feel so much better.
Someone just said
amen
to that.
Don't we feel
Statistic,
better?
only 3% of trans people experience some form of regret, but may not transition.
Our service members won't be
97% of people who are transgender are happy with their decision to transition.
They will fight.
And transitioning for a lot of people literally saves their lives.
Yeah, this is going to kill people.
Many
this
people
is going to kill
die
people
when they're trans because they cannot live as themselves, because they would rather not live than to have to live as someone who they are not, and to pretend for their entire life.
I can tell you.
I have trans friends who are forming and writing their will right now because of how scared they are given this man and his rhetoric.
Single best recruiting month in 15 years and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference.
I'm getting so tired.
He also just banned trans people from the military. Did
Delusion.
you see that
And
too?
you know, it was just a few months ago where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit.
Are we staying? What are we doing? Are we going to keep watching this? Are we gonna,
just about that we've ever had. What a
how much
tremendous
longer?
turnaround.
How much longer can this guy go?
It's really a beautiful thing to see.
I mean, I think he could keep going for a while. This man loves to hear himself talk. He's a true narcissist. So it's a great thing. Thank you very much.
Everyone who's watching, thumbs up to keep watching, thumbs down to end the stream. Let's see it. Put it in the chat. Let's go. If we get 700 likes, we'll end the stream.
We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that Call of Duty.
Story.
Jason's father, grandfather,
is he going to make this guy an honorary vice president?
Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school.
Subscribe to the Tim and April Show.
I don't want to be. Guys, don't make us stay.
A brilliant student with a 4.46. That's good GPA.
Okay, if we get $1,000 super chat, we'll stay for the whole thing.
Military Academy.
Now you're sounding like a mega pastor. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Sow your time. Sow your seed.
Throw your seed faith.
Just $1,000, and it will stay as long as you want.
Oh, someone did say thumbs down. Oh, when you brought in money, they're like, no.
All right, well, we got $3, so.
Too far.
And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into, but.
Okay, $5.
I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
I'm happy.
He's just giving people. He's acting.
You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
You're in the Secret Service. Like, what is this?
Listen, I'm happy. There are 300 million Americans. I'm glad he made this guy's dream come true. Now, can we get livable wages done and affordable health care pass? Can we please do it? Okay, $200 super chat. $700 left.
Oh
Thank you.
Gosh. Wow.
Thank
We're
you.
so close.
Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason.
Another one.
All right, we'll stay. Thank you.
Bye. We'll stay.
The most powerful military of the future.
Thank you, Fred.
As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland. All made in the USA.
Why do we need protection now?
Why is it gold? Why is it gold?
You've alienated us from all of our allies.
Trust me, no one wants to bomb us. We have the golden pass for immigration.
Wanted to do
golden
it long
statues.
ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places they have it. Israel has it.
Thank you, Kamikaze, for the $10 super chat.
The United States should have it too, right, Tim? Right?
And the United States should have it too.
So I want to thank you, but it's a very important. This is a
He's just so
very
deeply
dangerous
unserious.
world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before.
Going to protect like never before.
To boost our defense industrial base, we're also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding.
Like, if you want to help the American people, make education affordable.
And
give people mandatory paid family leave, affordable child care, livable wages, affordable health care.
And offer special tax
That's all we want.
To bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact.
April,
to further
I'm losing
enhance
my
our
mind.
national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
Can someone mute his mic? I wish this
I'm going to
was
wake my
a debate
kids up by
so
screaming
bad.
like that. I should probably not scream.
We need the Oscar music to play them off.
Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal. And
how is he
other
still
things
talking?
Panama Canal and a couple
I
of
don't
other
want to keep
canals.
watching.
The Panama Canal was
we would
built
super
by
chat it, so we have
Americans
to.
for
The Panama
Americans,
Canal.
not for others. But others
I'm
could use
getting
it.
delirious now.
But it was
'cause
built at
it's late.
tremendous cost of
and
American
he
blood
is
and
driving
treasure.
me crazy.
38,000 workers died building the Panama
But people
Canal.
people keep super
They died
chatting
of
us.
malaria.
Look at
They
this,
died
another
of
$20.
snake
Like,
bites
what am I gonna
and
do? Say
mosquitoes.
no?
Not a nice
I will
place to
dance
work.
for money.
How-
I will do
how
whatever.
easily we are bought.
Knowing there was a 25%.
We're just trying to survive here,
chance that they
April.
would
We're
die.
just trying to survive.
The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1. But that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Panama. Taking it back.
I hate it.
Problems
here.
no one's ever cared about. No one cared about that the Gulf of Mexico
No one.
was called the Gulf of Mexico until Trump
And we
randomly
have
was like,
Marco
it's the Gulf of
Rubio
America.
in charge.
And they're like,
Good luck,
yeah,
Marco.
I've always wanted it to be that.
And then
Now-
right-wing
You
media is like,
haven't?
You know
wow,
who to
Trump
blame
is
if
such a
anything
boss.
goes wrong.
Like, Jesus.
Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job.
He's a great sellout.
Think of it. He got 100 votes.
Yo, I need
You know, he
Taco
was
Bell.
approved with
Oh, I need Taco
1999,
Bell
but
now.
The 100th was
Someone just
this
said they go to
gentleman,
Taco Bell.
and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100
Ooh,
votes.
another super chat.
And I'm either very, very happy about that, or
Thank
I'm very
you.
concerned about it.
You
But
guys are keeping us
He's already
sane. You're
proven. I mean,
keeping
he's
us
a great
sane.
gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for
Thank you
Marco.
so much,
Chris-
guys.
He's going to do a
Thanks, Gene.
fantastic job. Thank you.
Can we
Thank you.
end this? Marco,
doing
you
a great
sell
job.
out. You sell out.
Marco once
Great
joked
job.
about Trump's little hands and said, you know
And I
what
also
they
have a
say
message
about men
tonight
with
for the
small
incredible
hands.
people of Greenland.
Great song, April.
We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need
What is
Greenland
this?
for
Who knows?
national
Trump's playing like
security
a
and
giant
even
game of
international
Risk,
security, and
trying
we're
to take
working
over
with
all these
everybody involved
countries.
to try and get
But
it.
That
he
no
doesn't,
Need it
one
really
wants
for
to do.
international world
and he doesn't know how
security.
to play the game of Risk.
And
So
I
he
think we're
thinks
gonna
he's a
get it.
boss, but he actually
One way or
sucks
the
at
other,
it.
we're gonna get
And he
it.
has a little cheerleading squad that's like, "Ooh, Trump, you're so
We will
smart,
keep
Daddy
you
Trump."
safe.
So
We will make
Because
you
he's
rich and
surrounded himself
together
with just
we
yes
will take
people who are
Greenland to
terrified
heights
to
like you have
say
never
no to
thought
him in
possible
any
before.
way.
It's a very
So
small
all of his
population,
stupidest
a
ideas are
very
just being
large
enacted.
piece of land and very, very
the Gulf
important
of
for
America is stupid.
military security.
Sorry, that
America
is just
is once
a
again
stupid
standing
thing
strong
to do.
against the
I will
forces
never
of
call it that.
radical
Didn't he-
Islamic
Until
terrorism.
I will call it the Gulf of
3.5
America
years ago, ISIS
only
terrorists killed
when
13 American
Republicans
service
start
members
respecting trans
and
people's
countless
names and
others
pronouns.
in the Abbey Gate
And didn't they
bombing
ban the
during
AP from the White House like
and
press room
incompetent
because they
withdrawal
wouldn't call it the Gulf of
Afghanistan?
America? Like, they're
Not
so
that they
petty.
were
So-
withdrawn.
yeah,
It's
so
the way
stupid.
that it's true. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Was when we elected
Tonight,
you for
I'm
a second
pleased to
announce
announce that we
I'll
have
send
just
$1,000 if you
apprehended
never
the
say Daddy Trump
top
again.
terrorist
Done, Nick.
responsible for
Send
that
$1,000
atrocity.
I will never
And
utter
he's
that
right
name
now
again.
On his way here to
Wait,
face
does
the
it have to
swift
be both of us?
sword of
Nope,
American
just me.
justice.
Look
By
at
the way,
monkeys.
the Daddy Trump
Stop.
thing is from them. These people
Right,
say
they
things
say
like
it.
Daddy's
Daddy's
home.
home.
Yeah, that's what
They
we're just
said it.
quoting them. It's not us, to be clear.
So weird.
It's them. They're the
They're
ones.
so, like,
Thank especially the
homoerotic.
government of Pakistan
Well, no, there's
for
women
helping
doing it,
arrest
too.
this
It's like-
monster.
What are they doing?
This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured
long
on
can
that
this
fateful
guy
day
talk?
in Afghanistan.
He
What a
stopped
horrible
talking
day.
about people being murdered.
Such incompetence was shown.
Like
That when Putin saw what
That's
happened,
right. Roseanne
I guess he
did a
said, "Wow,
did a song with
maybe
that
this is
rapper
my chance." That's how
called
bad it
Daddy's
was.
Home, right? It's
Should have
horrible.
never
He
happened.
did.
Grossly
It's
incompetent.
horrible.
Roseanne,
We could probably
wow.
find it.
I
We could probably
spoke to
find
many
it
of
and
the
play it. It's so bad.
Parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them
big
called.
call. It wasn't
Everyone-
a
Guys,
regular
thank you for
call.
all
It was
these
a
super
big
chats. I'm
call.
blown away
They did
for
nothing
real.
but cry with
I
happiness.
really
They
am.
were
Thank
very
you.
happy.
It goes to
As happy
supporting the
as
show,
you can
making
be
this work
under the
possible.
together.
circumstances.
We
Their
are.
child brother, sister.
Are we talking too much over Trump? I'm
son,
sorry.
daughter.
My bad.
Was
I'm just kind of delusional.
killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
It's not true. I just want to not be here anymore. I don't want to do
when
this.
You asked me, you want to go live? I was like, how long is this man going to talk? I can give you an hour.
And now
here we are. We're almost at 2 hours.
To create a more
but April, the people keep paying us to do this. So what are we going to do?
Region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East.
Rather beck and call.
Talking about that so much.
I really want Taco Bell now. Since I saw it in the chat, I'm like, I really want Taco Bell.
I'm hungry and it's late.
Rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine.
Should we keep going live? I go get Taco Bell and come back. Just pull all-nighter.
He's got to be done soon. My gosh.
Or wounded in this
He's holding everybody hostage at this
point. With no end in sight.
What's he talking about?
Honestly, the Democrats are going to start protesting just so they can get kicked out because they don't want to be there anymore.
Ukraine's defense.
That's what I would do.
With no security, with no anything.
He's talking about Ukraine. Yes, someone DoorDash me Taco Bell. I insist. Just kidding. I'll get. But it sounds so good. I don't use DoorDash though. I refuse to pay the extra fees.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years?
Yeah. No, the speech.
You
please
would say
no.
Pocahontas says yes.
Pocahontas says yes.
Pocahontas?
Trump, you freaking buffoon! I know you said the fuck word.
Racist.
Yes, he's talking about Elizabeth
Warren.
2,000 people are
He's
being
such
killed
a bully.
every single week.
Honestly, I'm going to say something I'm going to regret, but I'm going to say it. He's a douche canoe.
They're Russian young people.
He's a total douche canoe.
Ukrainian young people. They're
I don't
not
think
Americans,
anyone would regret saying
I want
that.
it to stop.
He's so mean.
Meanwhile,
Whatever
Europe
decorum I had his first
more money
term
buying
is out
Russian
the
oil
door.
and gas than they have spent on defending
Call
Ukraine.
him a douche canoe
by
all
far.
you
All I want is Taco Bell. I want Taco Bell. You know when you're just so worn out, you need something to soothe. You need to somehow do something. Right now it's Taco Bell.
Like taking
That's a
candy
lie.
from a baby.
That's
what
a
happened.
lie.
And they've spent.
We debunked this on the Tim and
$100
April
billion.
show
What
on
a
Monday.
difference that
Wait,
is.
on
And
Thursday.
We have
on
an
Thursday.
ocean separating us.
No, Monday. Yesterday.
And they don't.
That was yesterday.
We're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening.
Also, Russia invading
Biden
Ukraine.
has
Trump.
authorized more money in this fight than
Facts.
Europe has spent.
Europe.
Billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us.
I am getting hungry, though.
That didn't happen.
I know.
Earlier today, I
hungry?
received an important letter from President
But it's 11:15.
Zelensky of Ukraine.
It's so stupid
The
that we're
letter
still
reads,
here.
Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians.
The peace is not on Ukraine.
My team
the peace
and I
is on
stand ready to
Russia.
work
It's on the
under
aggressor.
President Trump's
Invaded
strong
Ukraine.
leadership
Putin's
to get a
puppet.
peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine
Oh my
maintain
God.
its sovereignty and independence.
Get out of here.
Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine
I don't know.
is ready to
Has
sign
Trump
it
said thank
at any
you
time.
for being president?
is
Has he
convenient
thanked
for you.
people? Have you said
I
thank you?
appreciate
for the
April's
vote?
getting really
this
hungry.
letter. Just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had
He
serious
said thank you
discussions
for
with Russia
listening to him
and have
ramble on and
received
be
strong
stupid.
signals that they are ready for
Now the
peace.
chat is telling me to go
Wouldn't
for a
that be
Taco Bell
beautiful?
run. But
Wouldn't
I
that be
can't.
beautiful?
You
It's
can't
too
leave
late.
me.
I can't do that. Crunchwrap quesadillas. Don't do that to me, Justin. My go-to is the cravings box, though. To be true, I haven't had Taco Bell in a minute. Ooh, it sounds so
Wouldn't
good
that be
though.
beautiful?
It
Nachos
always
Bel
sounds
Grande.
so good, and I always regret it after I eat it.
But I won't this time. I will not
It's
this
time
time.
to stop
I
this
say that
madness.
every
It's
time
time
too.
to halt
Like
the
this
killing.
time will be different.
It's
a liar.
time to end the senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid
Tim, switch to your
rising
phone
tensions,
camera. Just take us
a
with
history
you.
teacher named Mark Fogel was
wish I
detained
could.
in Russia and sentenced
My
to
program's on my
14
computer.
years
So
in a
confused.
penal
Like, who are you
colony.
talking to?
You know that my mind
He's
is
an
scheming
idiot.
to make that
The
happen,
business
though, right?
administration
I'll make a crunch wrap.
barely lifted a finger
Oh,
to help him.
stupid.
They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin.
Putin's puppet. Y'all
Last
have number
summer, I
5, please, with the
promised
Baja
his
Blast.
95-year-old mother
Putin's
Malfine.
puppet.
that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that. And they
Now
are
I'm
here
scheming
tonight.
if I can still stay live and take everyone with me to get Taco Bell, and then just pull like an all-nighter.
I wonder how far in life I would have got if I just had the narcissism and audacity that Donald Trump has.
Oh, my, yes.
I think about
yes.
that sometimes. Like, if I just literally had no care about lying, like, you can actually get really far if you just lie about anything. I mean, that's why you win debates. You can win any debate if you are willing to just lie.
April, I think I'm gonna go get Taco Bell.
Are you really? Are you gonna?
No,
put it
I
on
can't
the
do it. I don't know how to switch I can't switch my stream over to my phone because I'm using a
Mark
program.
and his great
You
mom,
can't.
Right.
we are delighted to have you safe
And I
and
can't
sound
end
and
it.
with us.
Right.
As
I don't
fate
have
would
the
have
control.
it,
I could put like a
was
banner up.
born
Went to get Taco
in
Bell.
a
We'll be
small
back.
rural town in Butler.
Like an away
Pennsylvania. Have you
message,
heard of
like
it?
Yes,
you
that's
used
what I'm
to do with
saying.
His
AOL
mother has
Messenger,
lived
Yeah.
for
BRB, and then like a
Yes.
DC talk
78
quote.
years.
I
I
wish
could
we'd
do
all
it.
been ready.
I just happened to
BRB.
go there
Guys,
last
I'm not
July 13th
door
for
dashing.
a
Okay, I'm
rally.
not paying the higher fees. I'm not paying a delivery fee. I'm not
That
paying a
was not
surcharge.
pleasant.
Those companies are predatory.
And that is where
I'm not
I
doing it.
Met his
Let me just check and see what
beautiful
prices are
mom
and
right
how long delivery time
before
might be.
I walked onto that stage,
Do you even have DoorDash?
and I told her I would
Grab
not
I've never
forget what
used,
she said about her
confession,
son.
I've never used DoorDash.
And
I mean,
I
I never
did,
use these
did
apps,
I?
ever.
Never forgot.
Okay, let me take a look.
Less than 10 minutes
Is Trump
later,
still talking?
at that
He is
same
still
rally,
talking. Who knows at this point?
gunfire rang
My
out,
brain has tuned him
and a
out.
sick and
He
deranged
is now like
assassin
one of my
unloaded 8
children in my
bullets
house.
from his sniper's
when I'm trying to
perch
get
into
work
a
done.
crowd of many
I'm going to
thousands
lower
of
him a little
people.
bit. He's a little too loud in my
My
ears.
life was saved
You all
by
okay
a
with this if we
fraction
keep
of an
talking
inch.
over Trump?
But some were not so
Okay, so delivery's 30 to
Corey
45 minutes.
Comparator
That's way too
was
long.
a firefighter,
Look,
a
someone
veteran, a
just sent you a
Christian, a
super chat
husband,
specifically
a
for
devoted
Taco
father,
Bell.
and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots
That is so
pierced
sweet.
the
That's
air, it
actually
was a
really
horrible
kind.
scene.
Really kind.
No, it really
Corey
is,
needs
guys.
to
Now I
be
feel
the man.
obligated.
What
Now I
it
feel
was and what
obligated to
he
go
I
to
know.
Taco Bell.
He threw himself on top of his
Oh,
wife
sorry.
and
Assassination
daughters
attempt. Hold on.
and shielded them from the bullets with his own body.
Let's hear this.
Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. Two others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen,
Supreme Lux
who was
Box.
his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee.
So Jasmine Crockett and several other Democrat members, walked out of the
They did?
speech. And then Jasmine Crockett went live on Instagram and said, he's up there spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. So they walked
I love
out.
it. Should I do a medium Mountain Dew? It's kind of late for that.
Isn't that like just full of caffeine?
So I get a
11.
chalupa supreme. I don't want chicken though. I think I want. Can I? What? It's only chicken. Where's the beef? I want beef.
Beef.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking
I know,
down
Baja
on
Blast is the way to go.
his
It's just
3
so
beautiful
late.
ladies right now,
5-layer
and he's
crunchy
cheering
taco.
you on. He loves you.
I'm talking about
He's cheering
food.
you on.
Dude, these upcharges are so
Corey was
expensive.
taken
though.
from us.
It's
much too
$14
soon,
for
but his
one
destiny
meal.
was to leave us all with a shining example of the
Let me see
selfless
Oh,
here.
is he going to be
devotion
done?
of a true
Is he
American
coming to an
patriot.
end?
It was
Please
love like
be
Corey's
done.
that built our
We are
country,
done
and
with
it's
you.
love like Corey's that is
We
going
are
to
done.
make our country
$20?
more majestic than
No, I know.
ever
I'm not doing it.
before.
I'm not doing
I believe that
it.
my
I'm not
life
paying
was
$20.
saved
You
for
got a
this day in
$20
Butler.
super chat.
Dude, it's a
For a very
supreme,
good
just for a
reason.
supreme Lux box.
I was saved
for,
by
from
God
Grubhub.
to make America great again. I believe
Oh, shut up, you megalomaniac. You were not saved by God to make America great again, you buffoon. That's blasphemy. Where are the Christians? Where are the white evangelicals? Where are we
The
stand
white
on the Bible.
evangelicals
Where are you?
applauding and agreeing with him that
Jesus,
he
did
is
you
God's chosen.
He thinks he's God. Messiah complex. Now, back to Taco Bell.
Made him
Thank
think
you
that
very
way.
much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord
I can't do it.
to the heroes of Gettysburg
so good,
and
though.
Normandy, from the
God, I
warriors
would
who
fuck up
crossed
some
the
Taco Bell
Delaware
right now.
to the
Just do
trailblazers who
it.
climbed the
No.
Rockies.
It's a 40-minute
and from
wait.
the
It's
legends
11
who
o'clock at night.
soared at Kitty
Yeah.
Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon. Americans have always been the people who defied all odds.
And now all of our allies
made
are
the
turning
most
against
extraordary
us.
sacrifices and did
What a
whatever
great
it took
day to be
to defend
American.
our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people.
This
And
is
the
such.
Democrats
Despite the
that are
best
not
efforts of
supporting
those
a
who would try
fascist.
to censor
Wow, another
us,
super chat to
silence
buy
us,
the
break
food.
us, destroy us,
Just do
Americans
it,
are
Tim.
But then I
today a
gotta
proud,
wait and
free,
stay up this
sovereign,
late.
and independent nation.
They're walking out
that
en masse?
will
Okay, good to know.
Always be free.
They should walk
And
out.
we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier.
I was out
They
of.
chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden
What?
Gate
My
Bridge.
Grubhub app isn't even the right
They
space.
lit the world with electricity.
Oh, I have
broke
$11
free
gift
of
card
the
balance,
force
though.
of gravity, fired up the engines of
Address.
American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists.
You
all over
are
the
a
world,
fascist.
and gave us countless modern wonders sculpted out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood
Is he still talking?
on fields
Zoned
of
out.
I'm still
battle and
talking.
gave everything they had.
I just want Taco
for
Bell,
our
but I
rights
can't get it to
and for our
change my
freedom.
location.
Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into
This is the worst
our
speech
own
I've ever
hands
heard.
and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4
Oh, you know what? Let me try
years,
the Taco
we are
Bell
going
app.
to
Maybe I can deliver
lead
it just
this
straight
nation
delivered
even
to my
higher.
house.
And we are going to
I got
forge
points on the app, too.
freest, most advanced, most
nice. But then
But
dynamic,
then I gotta. I mean, are
and
people gonna
most
hang on
dominant
live while I
civilization ever
talk
to
until I get my
exist
Taco
on
Bell?
the face
Is that
of
even a
this
thing?
earth. We are going to
gonna call
create
him?
the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest
Let's do
and
delivery.
healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
All right, let's see what we got here. Can I deliver to Delenko? Okay. Oh, another super chat.
Oh.
Tim's got Taco Bell.
you.
Here's a coffee for April. That's so
Oh,
nice.
yay. I'm gonna need
People
it
love you,
tomorrow.
April.
And
They
through it
love
all,
you.
We are going to rediscover
Thank
the
you.
unstoppable
Okay,
power
now how do I just
of the
order?
American spirit. And we are going to renew
Oh, they keep changing
unlimited
the app.
promise of the American dream. Every single day we will stand up
I just wanna,
and
like,
we will fight
Here
for
we
the
go.
country our citizens
Online
believe in,
exclusive. Here we go.
and for the country our people deserve.
Okay, build my own. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Guys, am I really doing this? April, am I doing this? Am I ordering Taco Bell?
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
I gotta wait.
Do your thing. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Why not? Nothing matters anymore.
They're
They are
cheering Trump.
chanting Trump like he is a sports guy.
Okay.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because
Be done.
the golden age
Shut up.
of America has only just begun.
The golden
It will
age
be
wasn't
like
good for
nothing that
anybody
has
but
ever
white.
Wow.
been seen before.
$6.
Thank you. God bless you, and God bless.
Delivery
Oh,
fee
good.
$6.
Hey, we made it.
My delivery
We
fee
made
was
it.
$6. I can't do this. Oh my God, that
He's
was
done.
horrible.
Finally. Almost 2
Jesus.
hours.
Wow.
Jeez, the weasel.
Look, there's almost no Democrats there. Good.
Also, the women in pink were wearing pink as a sign of protest against Trump.
Oh, guys, we did it. Oh my gosh.
I don't have anything clever to say. I just think Trump is terrible. Why is he still standing there?
Because he's a megalomaniac, April.
He said
Can we
goodbye.
just get this guy off our screen? There we go.
Go away.
Jeez. Guys, here's the thing. I don't want to eat Taco Bell alone. So, like, I either have to order it and, like, hang out with you for the stream and just talk about whatever and do, like, a random Q&A and wait for my Taco Bell to show up, or I just don't do it. Because what am I going to do? Eat my Taco Bell downstairs at 11:30 at night alone?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a wonderful time. I love being alone and eating Mexican food. I also love my family. Just to be clear.
ETA is
11:30. There's something nice about once all the kids are asleep, about
the rebuttal.
having time alone. I cannot stay up for the rebuttal.
No, I know you can't.
Will
That's
watch
why I
the
have these
rebuttal
shots.
Tomorrow.
I have these shots lined up. See, I have this one and I have this one. So it's just me. I'm ready to go. Guys, okay, let me ask you this. If I order Taco Bell, and are we going to watch the rebuttal together as well? Because I have to make this count. I don't get Taco Bell very often.
Get it. Just get it. You've talked about it so much. You clearly want
Fine.
it.
Okay. All right. Fine. I'm going to get it.
But I will be leaving.
You're leaving?
I can't. My brain, my
no,
body
I understand.
is
April,
saying
you've done
I
so
have
much.
to stop.
You've done so much for the cause.
I've already lasted longer than I said in my head I would.
You know, I'm proud of you for doing that. I think I'm going to get, am I going all out? Okay, guys, I'm getting Taco Bell. You convinced me.
You eating Taco Bell is probably going to be something more enjoyable to watch than the junk coming out of Trump's.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm ordering Taco Bell. I'm putting in my name. I'm putting in my information. I'm going to order Taco Bell. Do not leave this stream. Do not leave me hanging, guys. If I got to be on here while this Taco Bell shows up, you better not freaking leave me. Hold on. I have Apple Pay. Just wait till I order this. Make sure it goes through. Okay, get ready. Wow, $17.
Join us. For those of you who maybe don't know, we go live on the Tim and April show on YouTube every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern.
And
so at noon.
Apple
Eastern.
Pay.
So come hang out with us.
Apple Pay.
Let's get through these crazy years together.
All right, I got to tell you guys something. I've never ordered Taco Bell delivery. And I've never done it this late at night before, but because of all of you and because of the super chats, I have done the thing. And there's 500 people watching this. Okay, it's ordered.
All right, now you gotta get some Taco Bell.
Hopefully I don't miss this guy's knocking on my door. We'll see.
Enjoy the Democrat rebuttal.
You're gone? Oh yeah, I gotta find that.
Yeah, I gotta be gone.
I love you.
I get it. I love everybody here.
I love you too, April. Have a great night, my friend.
Yeah, I gotta go. Just
do your thing.
Decompress from that insanity. All
okay,
right. Well, bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging.
My order by April. My order was received. Okay, friends, it's just me. Now I got to really step it up for all of you. I guess I'm with the late crew. See, I have kids. So usually I'm up really early at the gym. It's not happening. It's already 11 o'clock. And so I'm not going to be up early. Now, where do we find the Democratic response? Let's see. I'm going to look this up. I got to be honest. I'm going to treat this live very casually. So don't expect a whole lot of amazing filler as I try and look for some of this stuff. I'm just going to try and find response to. Okay. Oh, Taco Bell. Oh, it's being delivered at 11:17. Great. Okay, good. This is good. Democrat. Watch Democrat. You know what? Let me just show you guys what I'm looking at so you can see my computer screen. There we go. Watch Democrat response. Okay, PBS. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, not till 10. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. That's not what we want. Okay, is it this one? Waiting for MSNBC. It started at 10:30. Well, it's 11 o'clock. I'm not really sure how this works. Also, thanks for being here, friends. This is a lot of fun. Okay, hold on. I have to add delivery instructions to my order, apparently. Okay. Delivery instructions. Leave at front door. Okay, well, that was done. That's what I said. Leave at front door. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So where do we watch, though, this response? Because I'll tell you what, that was one hell of a shit show that we all just witnessed together. And because of you made me all order Taco Bell. So now I'm going to be eating Taco Bell on the air with all of you. I just want to find, like, where is this going to live? Oh, look, we're live. That's funny. Okay, I guess we're just kind of waiting for this thing to start. Let's see what CNN says. Let's look up some of the responses. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I feel so less alone. I love going live. It's a good time. Trump digs in on divisive agenda. Yeah, no shit. Al Green removed from chamber during President Trump's address. Props to him. That's a hero. Okay, here we go. So she's a former CIA analyst. Okay. Okay, I guess we're just waiting now. Interesting. Well, I mean, I can see all of your... Face the Nation's live. Okay, let's go to Face the Nation. Face the Nation. Live. Is that a thing? Can we do that? Okay, we're just waiting. Cool. We'll keep this up. We'll just keep this up while we talk.
I asked direct questions. I don't know that they're tough questions.
No, commercials. Okay, I'll keep you guys apprised of that. 15 minutes it starts. Hey, I'll have my Taco Bell by then. That's great. Okay, that works out. Hey, let me just say something really quick while you're all here. First off, I mean this sincerely. Even though it's a late night and all of that, doing this, being able to even go live this late, to have 500 people almost watching this right now, people giving super chats, engaging, all of that, it honestly like means the world. So I know that me and April complained about this in jest, but the reality is that we are truly honored that we get to do this for a living. So thank you to everyone who watches the channel, who supports the show and the organization. This is being streamed right now on two different accounts, the New Evangelicals and then also the Tim and April Show. The New Evangelicals is the organization that houses the Tim and April Show. I started TNE in December of 2020. I couldn't take what was happening to my faith. Everything kind of exploded, and now here we are. So I just want to say to everyone out there, thank you so much for being here. It honestly means the world. Give this video a like if you want to. Subscribe to the channels. We go live pretty often. I'll actually be live tomorrow on the New Evangelicals account, going through someone else's interview on Christian Nationalism. It's a terrible interview. It's one of the worst I've ever heard. So we're going to be covering that. So we do a lot of different content all the time. And like I said, having you here, I don't take it for granted. I don't take it lightly. I am incredibly honored to do this. I'm just a random guy in South Jersey who had a lot of questions about his faith, and it led me to do all of this. I didn't even know what I was doing when I started TNE. We were just an Instagram account, and I just didn't expect it to become what it is today. I mean, and that's the honest truth. I didn't go to school for any of this. I didn't have plans to make all of this happen or become a nonprofit. It was just kind of what happened. So I'm really humbled and really grateful to do this work, and it means the world to me. And also, it's kind of fun and cool that you all told me to get Taco Bell, and that I did, which I have not done in a very long time. So thank you. And yes, we have an amazing team. And sometimes for people who donate, you get unexpected thank you cards that are handwritten. And that's our way of just saying thank you. Every donation that comes in, especially monthly donors, get a handwritten thank you card from someone on our team. You can donate in the link in our bio. We are a nonprofit, like I said, so all donations are tax deductible. And by the way, and I say this not because I want your money, I'm just letting you know how it works. We are totally a paywall-free organization. So there is no financial barrier to entry on any of our content. There's no Patreon accounts. There's no special subscriber info. We simply rely on the generosity of people to chip in a little bit, and many hands make light work, and that's how this work is made possible. So, oh, Nick, that's a deep cut. TNE has filled the void that bad Christian left for me. Man, Bad Christian was an amazing podcast started by the guys over at Taco Bell. Taco Bell. I just read a comment while I was talking. Not Taco Bell. The guys over at Emory. Wow. Over at Emory. And they were a great podcast. I think that those guys kind of shifted a lot and the podcast kind of fell apart. So it's truly an honor to have someone say that. Oh my God, I said Taco Bell. Started by the guys at Taco Bell. What is wrong with me? It's 11 o'clock at night, guys. I'm super tired, but I'm here with you. I'm here with you all the way. Hold on, I'm just texting someone. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Oh goodness. Yeah. I really am not a okay, so hold on, really quick update here. Where is it? Is this the right screen? So they are just waiting for this could be it.
So I promise to be a lot shorter than what you just watched.
Here we go. Let's listen.
I won't take it personally if you've never heard of me. I'm the new senator from the great state of Michigan, where I grew up. I've been in public service my entire life because I happened to be in New York City on 9/11 when the Twin Towers came down. Before the smoke cleared, I knew I wanted to make a life in national security. I was recruited by the CIA and did 3 tours in Iraq alongside the military. In between, I worked at the White House under President Bush and President Obama, 2 very different leaders who both believed that America is exceptional. You can find that same sense of patriotism here in Wyandotte, Michigan, where I'm speaking from tonight. It's a working class town just south of Detroit. President Trump and I both won here in November. It might not seem like it, but plenty of places like this still exist across the United States. Places where people believe that if you work hard and play by the rules, you should do well and your kids should do better. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of how I grew up. My dad was a lifelong Republican, my mom a lifelong Democrat. But it was never a big deal because we had shared values that were bigger than any one party. We just went through another fraught election season. Americans made it clear that prices are too high and that the government needs to be more responsive to their needs. America wants change, but there's a responsible way to make change and a reckless way. And we can make that change without forgetting who we are as a country and as a democracy. So that's what I'm going to lay out tonight. Because whether you're from Wyandotte or Wichita, most Americans share 3 core beliefs: that the middle class is the engine of our country, that strong national security protects us from harm, and that our democracy, no matter how messy, is unparalleled and worth fighting for.
Okay.
Let's start with the economy. Michigan literally invented the middle class, the revolutionary idea that you could work at an auto plant and afford the car you were building. That's the American dream. And in order to expand and protect the middle class, we have to do a few basic things. We need to bring down the price of things we spend the most money on: groceries, housing, healthcare. We need to make more things in America with good-paying union jobs and bring our supply chains back home from places like China. We need to give American businesses the certainty they need to invest and create the jobs of the future. And we need a tax system that's fair for people who don't happen to make $1 billion. Look, the president talked a big game on the economy, but it's always important to read the fine print. So, do his plans actually help Americans get ahead? Not even close. President Trump is trying to deliver an unprecedented giveaway to his billionaire friends. He's on the hunt to find trillions of dollars to pass along to the wealthiest in America. And to do that, he's going to make you pay in every part of your life. Grocery and home prices are going up, not down. And he hasn't laid out a credible plan to deal with either of those. His tariffs on allies like Canada will raise prices on energy, lumber, and cars, and start a trade war that will hurt manufacturing and farmers. Your premiums and prescriptions will cost more because the math on his proposals doesn't work without going after your health care. Meanwhile, for those keeping score, the national debt is going up, not down. And if he's not careful, he could walk us right into a recession. And one more thing. In order to pay for his plan, he could very well come after your retirement, the Social Security, Medicare, and VA benefits you worked your whole life to earn. The president claims he won't, but Elon Musk just called Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
That is true. He did do
While
that.
we're on the subject of Elon Musk, is there anyone in America who is comfortable with him and his gang of 20-year-olds using their own computer servers to poke through your tax returns, your health information, and your bank accounts? No oversight, no protections against cyber attack, no guardrails on what they do with your private data. We need a more efficient government. You want to cut waste? I'll help you do it. But change doesn't need to be chaotic or make us less safe. The mindless firing of people who work to protect our nuclear weapons, keep our planes from crashing, and conduct the research that finds the cure for cancer, only to rehire them 2 days later? No CEO in America could do that without being summarily fired.
She's right.
Okay, so we've talked about economic security. How about national security? Let's start with the border. As someone who spent my whole career protecting our homeland, every country deserves to know who and what is coming across its border. Period. Democrats and Republicans should all be for that. But securing the border without actually fixing our broken immigration system is dealing with the symptom and not the disease.
That's true.
America is a nation of immigrants.
Yes.
We need a functional system keyed to the needs of our economy that allows vetted people to come and work here legally.
Yeah.
So I look forward to the president's plan on that. Because here's the thing. Today's world is deeply interconnected. Migration, cyber threats, AI, environmental destruction, terrorism. One nation cannot face these issues alone. We need friends in all corners, and our safety depends on it. President Trump loves to say peace through strength. That's actually a line he stole from Ronald Reagan. But let me tell you, after the spectacle that just took place in the Oval Office last week, Reagan must be rolling in his grave.
Yep.
We all want an end to the war in Ukraine, but Reagan understood that true strength required America to combine our military and economic might with moral clarity.
Yep.
And that scene in the Oval Office wasn't just a bad episode of reality TV. It summed up Trump's whole approach to the world. He believes in cozying up to dictators like Vladimir Putin and kicking our friends like the Canadians in the teeth. He sees American leadership as merely a series of real estate transactions. As a Cold War kid, I'm thankful it was Reagan and not Trump in office in the 1980s. Trump would have lost us the Cold War. Donald Trump's actions suggest that in his heart, he doesn't believe we're an exceptional nation.
Yep.
He clearly doesn't think we should lead the world. Look, America is not perfect, but I stand with the majority of Americans who believe we are still exceptional, unparalleled. And I would rather have American leadership over Chinese or Russian leadership any day of the week. Because for generations, America has offered something better. Our security and our prosperity, yes, but our democracy, our very system of government, has been the aspiration of the world. And right now, it's at risk. It's at risk when the president decides you can pick and choose what rules you want to follow, when he ignores court orders and the Constitution itself,
She's right
or when
here.
elected leaders stand by and just let it happen. But it's also at risk when the president pits Americans against each other, when he demonizes those who are different and tells certain people they shouldn't be included.
I mean, this is a pretty moderate
because America
speech, to
is
be honest,
not
guys.
just
It's
a patch of
nothing crazy.
land between two oceans. We
Like
are
George
more than
Bush
that.
would have said this in 2000.
Generations have fought and died to secure the fundamental rights that define us. Those rights and the fight for them make us who we are. We're a nation of strivers, risk takers, innovators, and we are never satisfied.
Yay, my order's on the way.
That is America's superpower. And look, I've lived and worked in many countries. I've seen democracies flicker out. I've seen what life is like when a government is rigged. You can't open a business without paying off a corrupt official. You can't criticize the guys in charge without getting a knock at the door in the middle of the night. So as much as we need to make our government more responsive to our lives today, don't for one moment fool yourself that democracy isn't precious and worth saving.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But how do we actually do that?
Yeah.
I know a lot of you have been asking that question. First, don't tune out. It's easy to be exhausted, but America needs you now more than ever. If previous generations had not fought for this democracy, where would we be today? Second, hold your elected officials, including me, accountable. Watch how they're voting. Go to town halls and demand they take action. That's as American as apple pie. Third, organize. Pick just one issue you're passionate about and engage. And doom scrolling doesn't count.
Hey,
join a group
rude.
that cares about your issue and act.
Does count.
And if you can't find one, start one. Some of the most important movements in our history have come from the bottom up. In closing, we all know that our country is going through something right now. We're not sure what the next day is going to hold, let alone the next decade. But this isn't the first time we've experienced significant and tumultuous change as a country. I'm a student of history, and we've gone through periods of political instability before. And ultimately, we've chosen to keep changing this country for the better.
Very moderate.
But every single time, we've only gotten through those moments because of two things: engaged citizens and principled leaders. Engaged citizens who do a little bit more than they're used to doing to fight for the things that they care about, and principled leaders who are ready to receive the ball and do something about it. So thank you tonight for caring about your country. Just by watching, you qualify as engaged citizens. And I promise that I and my fellow Democrats will do everything in our power to be the principled leaders that you deserve. Good night, everyone.
I think I'm still more excited for my Taco Bell than I am for that speech. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Right?
Slotkin, she promised she'd keep it short. That was about 10 minutes. The president tonight spoke for an hour and 40.
Yeah,
let's get our final thoughts here tonight from our team in Washington. Let's start with Major
I want to
Garrett.
see how
Major,
mainstream media is going to cover this. Let's
so
hear
I've
it.
learned to be humble about analyzing speeches like this because the country often catches on to things that those of us in Washington might not sift the way the country does. When the president listed things that he thought were extravagant examples of wasteful spending, those of us around this table might say, well, that's not going to be enough, even if you cut all that to balance the budget, which is $840 billion out of balance. But Americans will hear it and say, wait a minute, those things sound wasteful to me. Sounds like Elon Musk and the president are on to something. There was also tremendous emotive power at sevevel points of the speech that I think will resonate across the country. Whether it's Laken Riley slain, her mother and sister, or Mark and his mother, Malphine Fogel, rescued or brought back from Russia, or a Border Patrol agent, Roberto Ortiz, or Stephanie Diller, the surviving spouse of a slain New York City police officer. Those things carry emotional weight, not only in the moment, but probably inevitably in the pass-around social media dissection of this speech. I keep my eyes and ears tuned to emotional moments like that often jump over the instantaneous Beltway analysis.
Robert Costa is also down there in Washington. Bob, what'd you make of the speech?
That was horrible.
John, a brief reflection on what we just heard. So many Americans watched President Trump tonight and saw Democrats walking out of the chamber.
Seriously,
others
Ricardo.
were holding up signs calling Elon Musk someone who's stealing from the country. There was a lot of anger and frustration among the Democrats on the House floor. Talking to Democrats tonight via text message, those watching the speech, they see in Senator Slotkin a glimmer of hope for the party as it looks towards 2025 and 2026. A young female lawmaker, someone with national security credentials. They look at Abigail Spanberger in Virginia, someone with a similar profile running for governor of Virginia this year. And they know the party is facing its challenges as it faces off against President Trump and these Republican majorities in Congress. But they're trying to find their footing. And tonight they look at Senator Slotkin and her message about the economy.
This is
CBS's
commentary on one of the shittiest speeches in human history.
When it comes to competing with President Trump, who right now certainly, in the eyes of both Democrats and Republicans I've spoken with, has his grip firmly on power in Washington and in the world.
Oh, this
okay,
is
Robert
how democracy
Costa,
dies.
Thank you. As we bring in Nancy Cordes here, the polls we looked at and we have here at CBS Nancy show that people
just
wanted
want
to hear
their
more
take
about the economy tonight. I'm wondering if you thought the president did enough of that.
It's interesting, Maurice. This is a president who doesn't like to admit weakness very often, and yet in his speech tonight, he did admit that there could be some temporary downsides to the tariffs that he says he is determined to impose around the world.
Are these people for real?
He said that there could be a bit of an adjustment period.
This is CBS. This is like a mainstream news outlet.
In prices, which is a big
You're not going to call out all the lies, like the torrent of lies?
Tell us time and time again that their big biggest issue is inflation. Still, the president said he is not changing course. He plans to impose those reciprocal tariffs.
My Taco Bell's almost here.
They tariff us.
I'm glad I ordered it. Okay, thank you for the support.
If you don't make your product in America, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. He insists that in the long run,
this will
help the U.S. economy, bringing companies back from overseas. But so many Americans
this is bad.
right now are worried about the short run.
Nancy Cordes in Washington. Thank you, Nancy. That's going to be the last word. Thank you to our team here at CBS News.
Oh, my God.
For all of you.
Horrible. Horrible. Excuse me. Okay. Really, that's your take? Like, you don't talk about anything else? You don't talk about all the lies? You don't talk about like the dehumanization, the use of tragic stories in service of propaganda? Okay, like, interesting. Now, I wonder if I can watch CNN here live and stream it for you guys so we can see what CNN's saying. Let me see if I can log in here. Ooh, my Taco Bell's here too. That's exciting. All right, guys, I take it back. I'm glad that I ordered Taco Bell. Thank you to all the super chats because my dude's about to drop off some Taco Bell and we're about to go ham. And that'll be exciting for a few minutes. I know a few of you also ordered Taco Bell, so thanks. Thanks. Okay, here's CNN.
I mean, the big concern right now is Medicaid and Medicare, Social Security, what Trump's going to do. The fact that Wall Street is just diving right now. If he refuses to budge on these tariffs, the chance of the matter is you're going to start losing momentum. But Trump's...
All right, well, we heard enough. I mean, this is just ridiculous. So, okay. Well, my Taco Bell's almost here. Let me do a little ad break. I have a 2-minute ad I'll run. And I'll be right back because I give my Taco Bell. And I guess we'll do maybe an Ask Me Anything. I don't know. I mean, I got to eat this shit on camera because you guys paid me to do it. I'll be right back. Hang tight. I know how worried you are about how empowered Christian nationalism got in this past election and how it's being used to distort faith and threaten democracy. The good news is that people are mobilizing to resist, which is why I'll be at the Summit for Religious Freedom happening April 5th through the 7th in Washington, D.C. Christian nationalism is not just a political issue. It's a direct challenge to religious freedom for everyone. That's why it's so important that we come together, learn from experts, and organize for real change. At this summit, you'll hear from powerful speakers, connect with like-minded advocates, and be a part of a movement to push back against the misuse of religion in politics. And also, I'll be there. And because you're watching a new Evangelicals production, you get 10% off of your ticket with the code TNE25 at checkout. This fight is too big to take on alone. Join me in Washington, D.C. April 5th through 7th and use code TNE25 for 10% off. Let's do this together. Link in the description. I know how lonely this journey can feel when you're questioning, deconstructing, or just trying to find a faith that actually looks like Jesus. That's why I'm proud to announce TNE Connect is coming in March. This brand new app from the New Evangelicals is designed to help you find community, connect with like-minded people, and access exclusive resources, all paywall free, of course. With TNE Connect, you can join local and online groups, dive into deep conversations, and get resources that help you find a better path forward in your faith without an algorithm deciding what you see and don't see. No gatekeeping, no pay to play, just a space for you to belong. So whether you're looking for community, support, or just a place where asking hard questions is normal, this is for you. TNE Connect is launching in March. If you want to be the first to know when it's available, hit the link in the description to get notified. Okay, I'm back. I gotta be honest, this is new for me. I don't ever go live this long. I don't ever go live this late. I've never ordered Taco Bell on the air before, but we're here. So, since we are, and I gotta be honest, I'm so excited to eat this. Wow. I mean, I feel like we all earned this. For those of you who also order Taco Bell, I just feel like we all earned this moment together, and I'm glad that we're sharing in this sacred moment, because whatever the hell we just watched with Trump was a disaster. I will say, what was her name? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a little tired here. The woman who gave the response. I'll get to this in a second, Kip. what was her name? What's her name? Sorry, someone give me her name. The woman who just spoke as the Democratic rebuttal. Her speech was pretty much, yeah, thank you, Alyssa. Her speech was pretty moderate. Alyssa was pretty moderate, guys. I mean, listen, there's a big debate happening. And by the way, if you want to do some Q&A, you want to ask some questions, I can help you guys answer. I'm happy to do that. Wow, I'm so ready to eat though. But like her speech was like George W. Bush level. Hey, let's get along and democracy and security. Okay. Still, I mean, I wasn't like exactly thrilled. Now, that being said, look, we have to keep in mind that they're trying to be pragmatic. They're trying to win people back. But my God, like really not that exciting. I mean, I really want more of a backbone from Democrats. I really want to see people say, this is fascism. This is what authoritarianism is. The problem, though, is that these right-wing media ecosystems are really effective at kind of pushing back and giving their audience propaganda. And so it's hard when you feel like you're outmanned when it comes to, you know, the media influence that you have, right? So there's that. So anyway, what did I get from Taco Bell? And by the way, if you want to do some Q&A, ask me a question, put it in the chat. No super chat needed. I'll answer whatever I can. We can talk about Christian nationalism. We can talk about theology, faith, politics. It doesn't matter to me. I got the cravings box. You got to always go with the cheesy gordita crunch. And then I was feeling extra feisty, so I went to the cravings menu and I got what did I get? I think I got like their double stacker or something. I just had to. I got to be honest with you. I used to eat Taco Bell like twice a week. But as you get older, your cholesterol starts to really matter. And so I really stopped. But tonight, I feel like I earned this. And I'm ready. Oh, is Bernie's take out? Well, we can watch that. I have a question. Why are the backgrounds on YouTube always purple? These are just part of our branding colors, the purple and black. And I've been using this for maybe over a year now. And so it's just kind of part of our look at this point. I'm running a DSLR camera here. This is a real background. It's just some lights I got from Amazon. Those lights are actually magnetic. And then I have a couple up lights down here that I can use that give me kind of that background of that purple look. So that's my setup. Then I have 2 overhead lights here. So when it's turned off, it looks like this. See? Real dark. Boop. There I am. Okay, I gotta take a bite. I never eaten on camera before, so I'm sorry this is kind of gross for you guys. But I'm just so ready. I've earned this moment. Cheesy gordita crunch. Goodness. Thank you to all the super chatters who paid for this. Thank you. You know, Allison, I agree. This is trash. Like, this is trash live streaming. 100%. This is useless nonsense live streaming. I don't mind if you change the channel. We're just being super silly at this point. It's 11:30 at night. I literally order Taco Bell. All bets are off at this point. Oh, you started watching thanks to Darius Daniels. That was a great episode. Talking about one of his sermons. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna eat Taco Bell ASMR. Oh, I hope not. I can mute this. I'm gonna mute. I gotta say, guys, after watching that shit show that was that Trump speech, this hits the spot. It really does. Did I ever go through an atheist or agnostic period during my deconstruction journey? For those of you new to the channel, deconstruction is a term to describe when people shift their faith severely. A lot of us grew up in like a high control fundamentalist environment, and we're taught very extreme beliefs that were seen as absolutely true, like if you don't pray a prayer, you're going to burn in hell forever, etc. And it's a really fair point, because when you start asking new questions, you do kind of start doubting, do you believe in God at all? I personally never really went through an agnostic or atheist period. I was always pretty committed to the way of Jesus. It was more about, what do I actually believe about this Jesus? But to be fair, it's very normal for folks who are deconstructing to go through a period or maybe even a permanent state of like, you know what, after deconstructing, I don't think I believe anything at this point. And that's a very fair perspective. But for me, even starting TNE, it was always out of, how do I be the best Christian possible? How do I take the teachings of Jesus as best as I understand them, as seriously as humanly possible? And that's what led me to start TNE, kind of by accident. This whole thing that you're watching, the fact that there are 400 of you almost watching this stream right now at 11:30 at night, is completely by happenstance. It was not intended to be this way, but here we are as I eat Taco Bell. Wow, this is so good. Let's see. I'm kind of on the agnostic route, but still very in touch with the exvangelical community. Absolutely, I totally get that. Let's see. This is fun. Oh, guys, I just want to eat my Taco Bell. It's so good. Yummy, 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 yummy. Who started deconstructing first, me or my partner? Oh, okay, this is interesting. I'm scheduling a show with an autistic guy who just completed a 6-year study on autism and Christianity. Super interesting. It'll be on my channel. I love that. We're in. Hey, yeah, is Bernie talking? Sorry, guys, we could definitely tune in. That would give me a reason to eat my food. Is Bernie talking right now? My bad. Let me see if I can get that. Is there a live happening? Not sure if I'm seeing it, guys. Oh, 11 minutes ago. Okay, yep.
It's through the concept of the big lie and...
Okay, let's play this for a minute, and I can eat some food while we're doing that. Check this out.
Boy, did we hear that tonight. You say something that is grossly false, say it over and over again, and have right-wing social media blast it out endless times until people actually believe it. And then, rather than address the real issues facing the American people, the struggles that the American people are facing, we find ourselves wasting endless amounts of time discussing Trump's absurdities. Let me just give you a very few examples. Trump claimed that the 2020 election was stolen from him and that he won by a landslide. Remember that? A lie.
This is
Trump
what we
claimed
need.
that the January 6th insurrection was a day of love. A lie. Trump has claimed that millions of undocumented people voted and do vote in American elections. A lie. Trump has claimed that climate change is a hoax originating in China. A lie. Trump has claimed that Ukraine started the horrific war with Russia. A lie. And tonight, just tonight, Trump claimed that millions of dead people between the ages of 100 and 360, I guess, were collecting Social Security checks. And that is an outrageous lie intended to lay the groundwork for cuts to Social Security and dismantling the most successful and popular government program in history.
Bernie is preaching
so let's be
fire.
clear about that. Well over 99% of Social Security checks are going out to people who earned those checks. 70 million Americans. Nobody who was 150 years old or 200 years old or 300 years old is receiving Social Security checks. And on the lies go. Now, the purpose of all of this lying is not just to push his hateful right-wing ideology. It is not just to try to divide us up. It is more than that. It is a masterful effort, and you saw that tonight, to deflect attention away from the most important issues facing the people of our country. Issues that Trump and his billionaire friends do not want to address because it is not in their financial interests to do so. Trump gave his State of the Union speech tonight. But if you listen closely, that speech had very little to say about the State of the Union, about what is really going on in our country, especially for working families.
What did April and I say
Trump
about this?
Spoke for over 90 minutes, although I must confess it seemed a lot longer than that. And he almost completely ignored the issues that are keeping working people up at night as they worry about how their families are going to survive in these very tough times. And I will tell you exactly why Trump had very little to say about the real crises facing the working class of this country. Think back 6 weeks ago when Trump was inaugurated for his second term as president, just 6 weeks ago. Standing right behind him were the three wealthiest men in this country, Mr. Musk, Mr. Bezos, and Mr. Zuckerberg. And standing behind them were 13 other billionaires who Trump had nominated to head major government agencies. Many of these same billionaires, including Musk, were in the Capitol tonight listening to that speech. In other words, it is there for all to see. The Trump administration is not hiding it. The Trump administration is a government of the billionaire class, by the billionaire class, and for the billionaire class. Notwithstanding some of their rhetoric, this is a government that could care less about ordinary Americans and the working families of our country.
I love him. I love this man.
My friends, we are no longer moving toward oligarchy. We are living in an oligarchic society. Now let's take a moment and try to escape from Trump's parallel universe, the universe that you heard tonight. And let's do something really, really radical. Let's actually take a hard look at the problems that Americans are facing. Today, 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Unlike Trump, I grew up in a family that lived paycheck to paycheck, and I know something about that reality. It means that every day, millions of Americans worry about how they're going to pay their rent, pay for childcare, pay for a doctor's visit when they get sick. They worry about what happens when their car breaks down and they can't afford the $1,000 it costs to get it fixed. And what happens when they can't get to work because they don't have a car. They worry about how they can afford to buy healthy food for their kids when the price of food is off the charts.
He's on the money here.
Funny. I heard Trump speaking for 90 minutes tonight. I didn't hear one word from him about the economic reality facing 60% of our people, or the enormous stress that they are living under. 90-minute speech, not one word about the economic reality facing American workers. But that's not all. Today in America, everyone knows that our healthcare system is broken. It is dysfunctional, and it is outrageously expensive. We remain the only wealthy nation on earth not to guarantee health care for all.
Yep.
Mr. President.
Yep.
You really want to make America great again? Then make sure that every American, regardless of income, can go to a doctor or a hospital and not worry about how they're going to pay the bills. President Trump, health care is a human right. I didn't hear one word from you. Not one word. Over 90-minute speech, not one word from you about the health care crisis that is impacting many, many millions of our people.
Yep.
Nor did I hear you say why we pay by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs, sometimes 10 times more than the people in other countries, and why 1 out of 4 Americans are unable to afford the prescriptions their doctors prescribe. Not one word about the outrageously high cost of prescription drugs.
Hey, friends, just a heads up. I got like maybe 5-10 minutes left of me. There's no way I can watch a 22-minute speech at 11:40 at night. Let's watch a few more minutes, but that Taco Bell is hitting. But let's keep going. I will say this is the response that we need, or that we needed from the Democratic Party. I'm sorry, frankly, we don't need a moderate take. We need someone to call out the BS. Once you give up the truth telling and you stop calling out the lies, you capitulate to fascism. And we cannot do that. And I really appreciate what Bernie's doing here.
Mr. President, we have nearly 800,000 Americans who are homeless. Over 20 million of our people spend more than half of their limited income on housing. We have a major housing crisis in America. Everyone knows it, apparently, except you. Because in your speech tonight, I didn't hear you mention the housing crisis. Today in America, we have more income and wealth inequality than we've ever had. 3 richest people in America, the folks Trump invited to stand behind him at his inauguration, now own more wealth than the bottom half of our society, 170 million Americans. Did anyone out there hear one word from the President of the United States on that enormously important issue, which gets to the very fabric of our society? So few, owning so much, while so many people suffer.
Let's stop there. That's a good place to end. Bernie is on the money. Bernie's on the money. We need more of that. Friends, let me say, this live went way longer than I ever expected, but I had a lot of fun. And I thank you for all the super chats. My Taco Bell absolutely slapped. I have to go to bed because we have a full day tomorrow. I'll be back on the New Evangelicals YouTube channel live at 2 o'clock going through another video. So make sure you're subscribed. Get some sleep, guys. A bunch of you have texted me or DM me your Taco Bell orders. I love that. I guess I'm a real influencer now, influencing you to buy Taco Bell with me. Guys, have a great night. I'll see you later. What a doozy.